Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to One Hub Racing. We are here back for the first time in Season 21. It's going to be an interesting one tonight, folks. We are here for the famous One Hub Racing qualifying night. It's a different format to find a tier for the drivers. We have 5 30-minute practice sessions we are running until 9 o'clock British time tonight, folks, with qualifying sessions to find who will go in what tier. And what better man to join me? My name is Evan Dalton, but the man you have all been waiting for, I am joined alongside Nick. How are you keeping, Nick?
Hey, good to be here. Excited to be back in the commentary box and on F1 22 for qualifying night for Season 21. So one of my favourite events of the year in terms of the pre-season. Always a lot of pressure for the drivers to deliver, but to me that's what Formula One's about.
Yes, we were meant to have Liam New Media joining me tonight, but unfortunately he's having some issues, so we got the man himself in, we got Nick in. It's 20 drivers here in lobby number 1, as to be expected. To run you through quickly, we'll go through the format a lot more over the next half an hour, but it is the soft tyre laps that count, so these ones are basically just set up laps on the medium and the hard compound tyres. We can see we're looking at Baza now in the Red Bull Racing car. They can go in whatever car they want, really does not matter. This is just about your fastest times, which Nick and the rest of the admins will look over in the coming days and get these guys seeded for next week's opener. But we're getting ready to go here. We can see all the guys on outlaps. It'll take them a few warm-up laps because there is a new patch in on the game, and that's going to be a big thing. The guys may be slower on the new patch. I know a lot of them have not really driven on it, so it could be really interesting to see what happens over the next half an hour. Of course, Nick, I believe you can clarify this one, but can they do a second session to improve their time?
Yeah, so in previous, up until last season, you used to get given a slot, one of the lobbies, and that would be your lobby on qualifying night for you to, have half an hour to post your quickest time. But last season we changed it to basically and it seems pretty popular with the drivers. I think there was one driver last season who ended up in all 4 sessions just because he was enjoying himself, I guess. But yeah, it's great to see all the drivers here keen to get started, keen to get their laps in. Of course, being a practice session, Evan will know that the track gets a lot quicker as the rubber gets laid down. So these early laps aren't going to be too representative. And hopefully these drivers have read all the tips and tricks and they aren't using up their soft tyres to kick the session off.
Yeah, you don't use your soft tyres because it's the same as your typical qualifying session. Of course, a lot of people watching will be used to watching the races, hopefully, and we know the fastest laps are always sent come the end of qualifying. It's the exact same with a practice session, it's just a longer period of time, and it's in the early Saturday morning on the game, technically, so it will be a little bit cooler conditions, but doesn't really make much of a difference for these modern Formula 1 cars. The first laps are being put in, they will not be representative, they will definitely be beaten unless maybe you do crash out of the session. But welcome along everybody who is tuning in. We're just getting started here in Silverstone, and what better track to watch cars drive around for a half an hour than Silverstone. Absolutely beautiful. First lap on the board by Speed Josh, it's a 1:29.590. But again, as we said, that's not going to be the fastest time today. It's not going to be the fastest time. Within minutes, it'll be beaten. But Silverstone, absolutely stunning piece of work in Britain, the home of British motorsport. And it's a well-known track across the globe. We see GM go in. We see Mason Jr. go in as well with a 30.6, and Speed Quinn, the 2 speed guys up the top, 30.5. So that's not even a bad lap by Josh, who takes a trip round. He's in the grass. He is in the grass heading into Luffield, I believe. Yes, he is. It's a common place to spin, but he's recovered it well. And the thing with practice is he's 24 minutes to recover and get another lap in on the board. I think he's plenty of time, but we'll have to wait and see. A few guys venturing into the pits after doing a couple of install laps. We'll take a look at Konzo, last season's pinnacle tier driver, heading in towards turn number 3. The first braking zone, he's made a mistake in round the Alfa Romeo. He's made a mistake and is facing the wrong way. He's facing the grandstand at turn number 1, and Konzo, unfortunately, will have to back out on that one.
Yeah, these early laps really tricky in a practice session. just because there's such little grip, particularly on these medium compound tires. But as it goes on, the track will get grippier. You'll definitely feel the difference. The fuel loads will come down, and I imagine we're going to see some mega lap times in this opening session. As you mentioned, Konzo, last season's top 2 driver. So right mixture of drivers actually in this session, Evan. Some new ones, some returning ones, some from last season. All over the show. And just to remind everyone that ghosting is on, collisions are off, so these drivers just need to focus on their own laps and basically pretend they're the only one on the circuit and they're doing a testing session. So it's all about just hooking up your lap time, those 3 sectors, getting them as quick as you can, and then you'll be put in a representative tier. Of course, though, we do take other things into consideration. We always check TTs, and we always check the task system, which of course is specially formatted for our qualifying sessions, called the True Pace task system, which basically gives us more details about what drivers are doing on their laps, when they're lifting off, what settings they're running on their car, and all that type of good data.
Well, we can see it's Colin Mason leading us away with a 29.2 for Williams Racing. He's up the top, and then it's the fellow eSports Walesman in the other Williams of Cam Rules in third. Josh's lap still holding well in second. But right mix of drivers. We'll see throughout the night. We'll see some sessions be quicker than others, but realistically it doesn't matter who tops the session. It's about your lap time. Let's take a look at the AlphaTauri. Never mind, he's gone off the circuit. We'll save him the embarrassment, as J-Luke has picked a set of soft tyres. Hopefully he doesn't come out anytime soon, because that would be wasting them. Not sure how many sessions you... sets of tyres you do get, but I can't imagine it is that many, as he is coming out of the pits. So he's getting this one over fairly
3 softs,
early.
I believe. Evan, you get 3 softs, 2 mediums, and 1 set of hards. So
okay, so it's a decent amount. It's a decent amount. You can definitely have 2 bites of the cherry and then do your main one. So J-Luke is out. 2 set of time for Alfa Romeo. We'll keep an eye on what he can do. We imagine he'll shoot to the top. Konzo goes to second for the other Alfa Romeo. He's shot to the top, 2/10 off Colin or Mason at the top, but again, doesn't matter. It's about your own lap here. This is basically an elaborated time trial session for all the drivers. You could say it's a testing session more than a time trial session, but Konzo is he's taken it like a duck to water. He's gone to second, and we see another man on the softs. That is Speed Quinn for Haas. So a few install laps and then go for the heavy hitters. That is the strategy here. We'll take a look at Denrod, who's still on the hard compound tyres. He's set a 32.57 flat. So far, he's not doing too shabby at all, down to 13th. He's gone for some hard tyre runs. He's going to get up to speed on that tyre first, I imagine. But a decent driver behind the wheel there. Definitely keep an eye on him.
Actually, Denrod, one of the only 2 newcomers in this session, Evan. You've got Cam Rules and Denrod. So those are the 2 who haven't raced in one hub.
Well, yes, before. Denrod hasn't raced in one hub. I've definitely seen him drive before. But let's pretend like I knew that fact, that he was a newcomer in one hub. But the man who isn't a newcomer is Whipping Proverb. He hasn't set a time, he's an invalid lap. But the Hassman is well known around these parts. Oh, he's almost well known into the barrier, but he's caught it quite nicely there. He's taking a trip to the Silverstone grass, but he saved it well. So the never mind. Never mind. Moving swiftly onwards, we'll take a look at Mason, whose son is currently topping this session, but Mason in 9th for McLaren. He's on a set of the mediums, and he's going for a run here. The McLaren car, a lot of sponsorship on it these days. It started off fairly plain, but it has a lot of sponsorship on it now. It's heading down towards Copse Corner. Let's see how the drivers take this one. Mason takes it fairly well, actually. That's not bad at all for the McLaren man. Heading into Maggots, the fastest corner on this circuit. Now into Beckett's, now into Chapel. Chapel Curve, really difficult corner in this game. The understeer through there, absolutely crazy. Heading onto the Hanger Straight, which is the longest straight on this circuit, 770 metres. is the exact distance of that one. There did used to be another advertising board there, but it has been removed by a driver who has taken a little bit of a trip down memory lane into the old section of the track, into the Vale chicane for Mason, and now into the final corner of Club. Through goes Hamilton, through goes Mason. Across the line, it's going to be an improvement, and it's gone to fourth. It's a 30 flat, and a good time on the medium compounded tyres. It is the fastest time on the soft compound tyres is currently, well, it should belong to no one. It does belong to no one. There is a couple of guys gone on them now, but they have not set a lap on them just yet. J. Luke venturing back into the pits. He didn't even set a lap on those soft compound tyres. Maybe he went out on them on accident. We'll have to wait and see.
Proverb in the Haas is having a bit of a nightmare at the moment. He spun another as he started his next flying lap as well, but he is on those medium tyres, so I'd probably expect him to come in now and give up the ghost on this one. But interesting fact about him, he is the only One Hub Racing Drivers' Champion to win a Drivers' Championship without winning a race in a season, which he achieved last season in the bottom tier. So
that's insane. That is insane. How he did not win a race.
I know you like those facts, Evan, so I thought I'd throw that in.
I love a good fact. I have loads of facts for you guys. I'm just not using them up this early. But me, Liam and Jess, we do love scrolling through the database on a Friday before. It's one of my favourite things to do, is just randomly scroll aimlessly through the database when I should be preparing for my commentary. But, oh well. I'm sure Nick isn't too bothered. It's still One Hub Racing. Oh, hi Nick. Didn't see you there. But, Neon has improved to 10th, it's the Alpines in 10th and 11th. No, Alpines 11th, 12th now, as Jordan's gone to 10th on the hard compound tyres. It's a 30.7 on a 5-lap old hard compound tyres. Not a bad run at all. Is the ERT man. You'll see a lot of them tonight. It's not like they sponsor us or anything, but you will definitely see some ERT heavy hitters up the top. Might see Nick himself up there at some point. Nick, do you do the qualifying night?
I do, yes. We used to do it, try and do it at the same time as running qualifying night, but it's, as you can imagine, it's quite a stressful evening for us admin team, so we always host now a private session for the admin team, and we get our qualifying night sessions done a little bit earlier. I've done a 27.6 as
not a bad lap, not a bad lap at all.
This time, so
I mean, I'm hardly going to say it's not a bad lap. You technically pay me, but
and we might also get the ERT team boss in for a little chat at some point this evening.
That will be interesting. We'll have a few people in.
Yep.
And we have a question for you, Nick, in the chat from T-About, saying, is there any telemetry data received? The tax wasn't working earlier for those folks. We're trying to get it fixed now. But Trunders has got his Ferrari fixed on the circuit. He's gone to 4th. Not a bad lap at all there for Trunders in the Ferrari. And still, or is that a soft lap by Colin or Mason? I don't think it is. He's on a soft run now. Let's keep an eye on him. Currently the quickest man in the first of 5 qualifying night practice sessions. It's a purple sector 1 for Colin. He's had a snap heading into Luffield, but it's not a bad job at all. Get the traction down, don't spin the rears. That traction is very difficult because of the new tyre temperatures, and his lap has been beaten by JM69YT. He goes to the top with a 28.8. It's the first lap to reach the top on a soft compound tyres, so not a bad job there by him. Here comes Colin or Mason in 2. Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Not a bad run there at all. Let's keep an eye on him for the rest of the lap here. And he heads down towards Stowe Corner. Some great moves into Stowe Corner. We won't see any tonight, unfortunately. There's no racing. Here it's all about seeing the fastest cars on one of the fastest tracks. 182 mile an hour average speed over the last few years. I'm not sure how legitimate that fact is, but the Silverstone website said it. As there goes Colin or Mason to the top. It's a 28.1. Not quite as fast as our favourite admin Nick, but it is enough to go top of the session. J. Luke, see what he can do on board with the Alfa Romeo heading through Chapel.
Interesting, this track, that such high speed corners, and since this latest patch, There's been a lot of talk about tyre pressures and understeer and not having the front end grip on the car, but I think as the session goes on, providing drivers aren't heating the tires up too much on their outlap, they should be okay. I messed around a lot the other night with the tire pressures, and you definitely can't run them at max. I actually had to redo my qualifying night time with a few other drivers who weren't able to attend tonight. We had to redo it because we did it pre-patch. So yeah, I was about half a second off what I was able to do pre-patch, so don't know if that's just me or if that's going to be a theme.
No, that seems a common trend. That's about right. I know any laps I've seen, it's been definitely about 5-6 tenths off, especially in PSGL, which is another league to go for. It's a rival league, I won't say it too loudly, but about 5 tenths of a second off. J-Luke to the top, he's seen with the Alfa Romeo. It's a 28-0. Someone calling you a sweat in the chat. I can't quite read the name, my laptop's too far away from me. It was Lukey. That makes sense. Calling you a yeah, calling you a sweat, Nick. But we'll have a look at Whooping Proverb, who we said was having a bit of trouble so far in this not qualifying session. No, it is a qualifying session. It's a practice session, but it's qualifying night here in One Hub. And if you're just joining us, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the One Hub Racing qualifying night. If you'd like to watch our promotional video before to understand what we are doing here, you can check that out on the YouTube channel, but don't go too long. We've some fast laps heading in on the board now. Here comes Whooping Proverb across the line. He goes to 12th, the previous champion in season 20. He is... Oh wow, that was almost a fantastic save, and he's kept it on the asphalt. And I'll tip my hat to that one. That was a brilliant save by Whooping Proverb to not spin off into the gravel, because you can get stuck in the gravel on this game. Yes, that does sound very, very funny in an F1 game, being that realistic, but you can get stuck in the gravel on this game. Rounding Cop's Corner now.
One of the few tracks with a little bit of gravel here and there.
Of course, Paul Ricard and Abu Dhabi and that lot don't have any gravel. There's Silverstone. No, they don't know what gravel is. It's kind of a sandy base thing, I suppose we could say to them, but there is a lot of gravel around Silverstone and a lot of grass, because it does still have that retro racing circuit feel. Silverstone hosting the first ever Formula 1 race in 1950. It was 70 laps that day. It was victorious for Alfa Romeo on that occasion. Ferrari did take their first race win a year later, in 1951. What did it say? Goes to third. I think that's how you say his PSF. He goes to third for Alpine. It's a 28.858. All the 888 for what it's saying. Not a bad lap, that. He'll be looking to improve, as will everybody here, but it's not a bad lap. As Jordan heading through turn number 1 now. Let's keep with the Alpine here. It's an AlphaTauri, but let's keep with him as he heads through turn number 3. He's one of the only guys still on a set of the medium compound tyres, so we'll have to get off those fairly quickly, as we do only have 10 minutes left in the session. I believe that is the Alpine of IRL Neon, who is off through Mackett's, Beckett's and Chapel, but he seems to have got going again, as Jordan heads through Luffield now. The right-hander. If you get a good slingshot out of this corner, you will be on your merry way to make an overtake into Cop's Corner, the right-hander, which almost everybody knows at this point from that very, very famous incident in 2021. That's right, I'm talking about Hamilton and Leclerc going side by side in 2021, and not that other Dutch bloke, but Leclerc and Hamilton recreating that moment in 2022, and a fabulous round the outside overtake by the Scuderia Ferrari-man. Jordan almost loses it through Chapel Corner. He's kept the car somehow pinned, and he's kept the car somehow flat, but I think it may be into the pit lane as his battery is lower than 10%. We'll get the telemetry up for you quickly. Okay, so the game's just broke because his red light is flashing, but he absolutely has 100% battery, so that is it's not very correct at all, because that battery does flash on the back of the car. Can we catch anyone do it? No, we can't. But we can catch Konzo go to third with 9 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the session. That is the Alfa Romeo Orland car, or the Alfa Romeo Sauber Orland car, as it technically is. Likes to go up the top of the sheets, as they are currently 1-4. Of course, teammates don't matter here, because you can get in whatever car you want, really. Nick, doesn't make a difference what car they go in. Will that affect their driving, or is it really? Well, what did you find more? Do certain cars affect your driving?
I mean, I'm a big Hamilton fan, as most know, so it'd be a sin for me to go in any other car than the Mercedes. But yeah, I don't think so. It's on equal performance, so as far as I'm aware, it should be equal. We never know what Codemasters throw at us in terms of bugs and all that type of thing, but yeah, hopefully they are equal. And the car that you choose now has no bearing on which car you'll be in come tier placement and team contracts, which is the next couple steps of pre-season before we eventually get racing in a couple weeks' time. Obviously, we'll have pre-season race next Friday around Spa, so looking forward to driving that legendary circuit with these new cars. But yeah, what tier will everyone be in? That's the big question on everyone's mind tonight.
See, I'm a Verstappen fan, but the difference with me is I hate driving the Red Bull in this game, so that's one difference. Some people like their favourite team's car, some people don't. On board with the Red Bull at JM now. He's been up the top for all the session pretty much since setting that lap on the soft compound tyres, but realistically it doesn't matter if you're at the top of the session. You could be at the top of the session by 4 seconds, but still be 4 seconds off Pinnacle tier pace. Pinnacle tier being the top tier here in One Hub, and it's now going line only, so that'll be a really interesting season for all involved. It was won by Montana last season, with Tom Robbo narrowly missing out. 8:30 on Fridays, folks. You don't want to miss it. As well as all our other tiers you can check out. They're all brilliant. Trust me, I watch a lot of them. They are all fantastic. As we believe one of the avatars has gone off through Chapel Corner. Back going now, though. It seems to be a common feature just to have a little bit of a moment and get back on your merry way. Nick, I don't believe damage is on, but please feel free to correct me on that if I'm wrong.
No, damage is on, ghosting is on, and collisions are off, so yeah, you can basically drive through other cars, and you can bounce off the wall, and yeah, you obviously, you're not going to be helpful, but yeah, you'll still obviously get tyre wear, and the tyre wear is actually quite high around here, particularly on these soft tyres. So in previous seasons, you could see drivers do multiple laps on their soft compounded tires, but with the tire wear and the ERS, you can't do 2 laps in a row. You'd have to do a kind of a cool down lap in between, or give up on your first flying lap halfway through, so that you'd have enough ERS to do a second one. But the tires aren't going to be in the best shape, but some such great corners around this track, Evan. I love watching drivers go through Maggots, Beckett's, and Stowe, and just absolutely chucking the car in.
Oh, it's a brilliant track for racing. Honestly, it is such a superb racing circuit, and it's the reason everyone loves the British Grand Prix. Unless you're called Max Verstappen, but everyone else absolutely loves the British Grand Prix, and especially Colin, who's flying 27.9. First man into the 27s is Colin Orr Mason of Williams Racing. For tonight anyways, but he is part of the Williams crew for this testing session. Neon currently the slowest runner, but may not mean anything. This could be a fast lobby for all we know, but Neon is the man currently at the bottom. He'll be looking to improve above Denrod and Jordan and the lot, as there is somebody else off, I believe, but we can't quite tell who. 5 minutes to go left in lobby number 1. It's flown in. We've had a great time here watching cars fly around this beautiful Silverstone circuit as Josh goes to second. But a beautiful thing about this Silverstone circuit is not only one county can enjoy it, both can. It is in both Nottinghamshire and it is in Buckinghamshire, so both counties can enjoy this beautiful, beautiful state-of-the-art racing facility. Now the exact thing on the Silverstone website is you park your car in Nottinghamshire, you sit and watch the racing in Buckinghamshire. So I'm sure that means something to British people. I don't know, but I'm sure both counties love to have Silverstone, especially the beautiful entry system. Seemingly getting in and out of Silverstone is like a dream, but a
lot better than it used to be, that's for sure.
Have you been there yourself, Nick?
Yes, I've been to Silverstone 3 times now. So I actually went in 2019 with 4 of us from one hub. So we all met up for the first time, and we did camping. We did the whole 3 days and drank lots of beer, and talked about lots of racing, and yeah, it was great fun.
That's the beauty of Silverstone. There's lots of camping hospitality as well as just the racing. Conzo into the pits. I imagine he's going to go for a last set of soft tyres and back out on the track. Ferrari in the infield. There's Alls, who's in the infield, currently 14th with a 29.708. But Alls in the infield, and he is back going now, burning his ERS, which is weird enough because he's just been round. He might have left that button stuck on. But still, plenty of time to go.
As well, accidentally leaving that one on.
Yeah, he's found some of that gravel we were talking about earlier. On the exit of not even the exit of Luffield, the middle of Luffield, he's found that gravel. He's continuing on now though, and just going to take it home to the pit lane. There is 2 minutes and 50, so if you're setting one more lap, you'll want to be coming out of the garage about now, as we see the Mercedes crew getting one of their cars out, as we see Colin just come out of a Mercedes garage. We can confirm he's in a Williams, not in the Mercedes. As the next lobby, folks, will be cracking on at about 10 minutes past 7, and is when you can catch lobby 2 here on the One Hub qualifying night. But very few guys out on track setting laps. Look at the amount of people on out laps. This is the best time.
Frenzy.
This is the best time to set a lap. Thankfully, ghosting is on, so there will be no issues in terms of blocking other drivers, but this is absolutely the best time to set a qualifying lap. This is the time you need to be on the beautiful racing circuit, and we have a retirement. Hannes believes he cannot improve, so it'll be a 28.9 as his qualifying time. As there is a spinner there, and that's a Haas. Not quite sure who. I think it might be Whooping Proverb again. He's not had the best of times here. The champion from season 20. He's not had the smoothest of qualifying nights. Maybe he can retain a title if he can pick up some form later on in the season, as Trunders flies past. He is only on out lap, but he is overtaking a lot of cars. He wants that clean air, he wants no distractions, and he wants to be up near the top of One Hub Racing, as does everybody. And make sure to join the Discord server if you want to interact with some people. And I don't know if you can still sign up because this is qualifying night, but I'm sure you can sign up later on in the season. It's a fantastic organisation to be a part of. J-Luke, always round, and he's lost it at the final corner, the worst point to possibly lose, and that's his session over because there is not enough time left in the session to set a competitive lap time. He's just parked on the side to make sure he does not impede anyone, as he doesn't want to impede this man, Colin O'Mason.
Yeah, Colin, just heading round in the first sector now. Currently at the top of the timing sheet. He's got a Red Bull off in the distance there. Not sure who that is. A little bit of oversteer, but Colin loves a feisty rear end on the back of his Williams that he's driving now. So he heads down, and this is a tricky corner, particularly with without ABS, which he is of course not using. So Colin currently at the top with a 27.9. Will he improve? Everyone bar 4-5 cars on a lap, so you're going to see those timing screens absolutely go crazy as we've got yellow flags in section 1.
Whooping Proverb, so his session doesn't get any better, but this is the best bit of the session, folks. This is the bit we're all waiting for. This order is going to jumble its way around as we look through Mackett's, Beckett's and Chapel of Colin O'Mason. Is there someone else around there? I believe that could be his teammate around in the middle sector. That's Cam Rolls. Here comes Colin O'Mason down towards the Stowe corner. Apologies, I was about to say Luffield. It's definitely not Luffield, but he's had a snap. Big snap moment. And into the wall goes Colin O'Mason. Big moment there. We're going to cut to someone else's. There's a lot of guys making mistakes. This is not good. You need to put a lap in here. This isn't like a qualifying session where you can put it back in the rate. This is qualifying night. This is where the pressure is on. We're looking at Conzo top tier last season in the pinnacle
Oh,
tier.
Josh is round 2.
Oh, Josh, round 2. It's mistakes left, right and centre for everyone. What about JM? He's currently almost lost it as well. Drew, Stowe, but he's kept it on the circuit now. His teammate Baza has lost it. It'll be a 30.2 for him. Here comes JM though. He's got to get a bit of a slipstream out of the final corner by the Mercedes, and JM, he improved? He's marginally improved. Konzo has invalidated his time. Drew, Stowe corner, what I say, is improving in the Alpine. He's not made a mistake yet. Let's see. He tucks in, touches the curb. Can he extend the car fully out on the apex? Extends, does not extend to the point where it's an invalidation, meaning this lap is still going to be valid if he can pin the throttle out of the final corner and across the line. What I say is going to improve by 0.3 of a second, and that is it, folks. That is lobby 1 done. It is Colin or Mason, top of the timing sheets. Will he make the pinnacle tier? We'll have to wait and see with a 27.976. Good lap by Colin, followed by Josh. And that is lobby 1 done, folks. It'll be a 7:10 start for lobby number 2, but we're staying live here until 9 o'clock, until the last lobby finishes. As you can see, Nick leaving there. We'll let Nick set up and run through some stuff. It's Colin or Mason on top. Full race results to come on your screen in a moment.
Yeah, just make sure to grab the full list of drivers, the quickest lap time. Hopefully they've all done it on the soft tyres. We have seen it before where drivers don't improve on their soft compound over their medium, but hopefully that is not going to be the
Nick,
case.
you'll be delighted to know that Codemasters is glitched and is only showing us the tyres of J-Luke. But your full race results is Colin or, not race results, qualifying night results, I will get used to it eventually, is Colin or Mason on top, followed by Speed Josh, J-Luke, JM, Konzo, what to say, Speed Quinn, Hannes, Hooky, Trunders, Mason, Camrules, OKK, Jordan, Alls, Neon, Whooping Proverb, Baza, Rimpy, and then Denrod, the rookie, at the bottom of the timing sheets with a 30.952. So fast lobby that one was. We should have a fast lobby for the next one as well, because all the drivers are quick in their own ways. A lot of guys who are better on race pace won't like this format, because it is all about your one lap pace really, with different evaluations. They would like to see, this is the actual qualifying session, but Nick has already provided us with an invite for the new one. He is Nick is one of the best in league racing admins. He is well ahead of us here, folks, on the stream. So you can see the new pit building there on the loading screen. That was completed in 2011 as part of the Silverstone refurb project. The new start-finish straight then was moved there on the what is now called the Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight in 2011, the F1 Paddock Club, in that beautiful glass-windowed building. And now you can see we're getting in the session, and we will see what 20 drivers, or if 20, we will be having a look at in lobby number 2. That was a good lobby, folks. Let us know your thoughts down below on who you think was up there, who you think was a bit of a surprise, and who you think can compete at the top of One Hub Racing in season 21. It's a league like no other, especially with the new engine wear. So I believe there's a promotional video for that one, Nick.
Yes, there is. Yeah, Jess has done a awesome video.
Yes, check out that video for sure.
That.
If you want to check out the updated engine wear system, we had it in last season. It spiced up qualifying lovely some weeks. As we can see, drivers joining in. We have, what to say? Oh, he's back again. We have King EN, we have Liam13, Mega Gamer there, and then that's just myself and Nick. But a few decent names in so far. There is Lukey, who was calling Nick a sweat. Will he be a sweat? We'll have to wait and see. It's coming up in a few minutes' time, folks.
We're just getting the drivers in now for this second session. It's going to be another full one. We'll all be glad to hear, so just sending out those invites as we speak. And who is going to... We got a couple of quick guys in this one as well, a couple of top tier drivers from last season, so looking forward to seeing how they get on, and also a few new drivers as well, so going to be interesting to see where they stack up compared to some of our existing and returning drivers. And we will be getting, I'm hearing, the team boss of ERT in at about 7:15, so just after we start our second session of the night.
Good to hear from the ERT team boss. Of course, ERT, proud sponsors of One Hub Racing. They're a great crowd. We couldn't do this without them. But there's some very quick names coming in this lobby, folks. To keep an eye on them. A couple of good names in here now. We have Jamie Met, who I know very well from commentary last season, so I'll try and keep my bias to one side. We have Alds back with us. He was in the Ferrari last session. We seen him take a spin in the infield, and I'm sorry, but that's the only thing I can remember from Alds from that session. TXM, who was also in the Pinnacle tier last season, joins us now for the second lobby of the One Hub Racing qualifying night. Let us know down below, folks. Give us a fun fact. Do you have a fun fact about Silverstone and One Hub Racing? Let us know. We'll read it out on the stream. As me and Nick, we do love a good fun fact, that is for sure. How about a fun fact now? I have a list here beside me. Did you know the amount of TV cable, if you laid it around the track, it would stretch from Dover to Calais? That is England to France, basically, through the channel, the English channel. That is, and it would do it back as well. So there's a random fun fact that you probably did not need to know, but you know it now. So use that one at your next Silverstone camping trip. Whipping Proverb back with us now, as is, he's not back with us, but he's here. It is TF Legend, the man who finished third in One Hub Racing Pinnacle tier last season. I'm sorry if I'm mentioning Pinnacle tier a lot, but I did commentate it, so I do know a lot about it.
Fond memories, fond memories.
It was
particularly my straight line speed. We haven't had a chance to
Nick's straight line speed in Portugal. This man had a rocket ship attached to it. I've never seen anything like it. There was a DRS train around Portimao, and I can't remember who else was there, but there was about 3 or 4 cars, and Nick was defending from somebody, and I have to say it was one of Nick's best performances of the season in Portimao. Wow, the straight line speed he had down the straight. He was pulling away from a man who was burning all his ERS, had double slipstream and DRS, and Nick was flying. It was unbelievable. As you can see, I'm very passionate about Nick's straight line speed in that race. But while Nick is here, I have the database open, and did you know Nick has 86 race finishes?
Yeah, the database is something we worked really hard on. Unfortunately, for the first 3 seasons, we only have poles, race wins, podiums, and then from season 4 onwards, we have all the stats that you and everyone else in the Discord can see. But yeah, for the first 3 seasons, so my race starts are a lot higher than that. But yeah, that's why I think I've got most podiums, because
I believe you do. I think there's I have it open here. Yeah, you 59 podiums. There's no way anyone has more than that. Nick has 735 points. And yeah, Nick has been here a while. It's not like he owns the league or anything, folks. Like, obviously, but there's a lot of ERT drivers here, and a lot of returning ones who we will be seeing, and we'll be hearing from the ERT boss in a few moments' time. So, yeah, Luke, just saying there, you've got the most podiums because you're a sweat.
Well,
facts.
What can I say? You know,
facts.
When you care about a league, you got to put the time in. You know.
Especially when you own it, you know, you're probably going to end up racing in it once or twice. But we've got all 20 in the lobby now. Let's have a run through the list. We have What It Say up the top in Mercedes. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a confusing one. Then we have King Ian in the Williams Racing, Liam 1-3 for Haas, Mega Gamer in the Alpine, Lukey for Ferrari, Jamie Met for McLaren, who's avid McLaren fan. I imagine we'll be seeing him in that car this season. As Fozzie Bear for the Williams, Speed Quinn back with us, he's in the Mercedes. Then Cam came on in the Red Bull, Alds in the McLaren this time, wasn't the Ferrari. TXM then in the Alfa Romeo, Lawrence in the Aston Martin, TJW in the Ferrari. Then we have TF Legend and TF Rudy, both in the Alfa Tauri, and Lakitu in the Alfa Romeo with Whopping Proverb in the Haas. And then Owen Wyatt in the Aston Martin, was in the Aston Martin last season in, you guessed it, the Pinnacle tier. But he's back in that tonight. And then we have Battle Angel, the final Red Bull driver. And I believe we're going to get going soon.
Yes, we are. We are ready to go now. So we will get this session started.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. We are getting ready to go now for the second lobby here in One Hub Racing Qualifying Night. If you're enjoying, do give us a follow on Twitch. Make sure to like the stream and make sure to check out our other socials, Twitter, and join the Discord, because, like, why wouldn't you? It's a brilliant, brilliant league. And you can check out that database we were talking about. Honestly, it is so in-depth, you could scroll through it for literally hours and not even get through half of it. It has every driver who has ever raced in One Hub. I'll try get to the bottom before we load in and see how many drivers we've had. Oh yeah, I can do it that way, hold on. One Hub Racing has had a total of... Well, I've actually scrolled too far, I was a bit optimistic. But, Nick, I wonder, do you know it? How many drivers has One Hub had without looking at the database?
Without looking, if I was to take a rough guess, I'd say 300, something like that.
I'll get a total for you now. We have had, drumroll please folks, 345. So, you weren't far off, I'll give you that.
I was going to say 350 as well, but I didn't want to, like, be arrogant, so I went down by 50 and said 300, but yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive, and would you like to be that 350 driver? Join now in One Hub Racing. Although I imagine we have reached 350, because I imagine this hasn't been updated with the new guys yet.
Exactly, yes,
yeah,
exactly.
So, sorry folks, you can't be 350th driver, that's already taken, unfortunately. As I believe now we will have an exclusive interview for you folks. Nick, would you like to introduce your boss?
Yes, so we have the one and only ERT Dexter, my boss at ERT, and good friend, of course. And yeah, Dexter, I believe you joined us last season in qualifying night as well. So welcome to the stream, and hopefully you haven't had too many glasses of red wine.
That's oddly specific. That's oddly specific. There's been an incident before, definitely. I know. But Dexter is joining us now. And how are you keeping?
I'm good, thank you. Been watching the stream. Enjoying qualifying night as always.
Have you been impressed with any from the first session, the ERT boys? Do you think any of them underperformed, overperformed, or were just about kind of the lap time you'd expect from your boys?
I would say that I know Hannes, he can go faster than what he did. He struggled to find time to do qualifying night tonight, and he can't even join a later lobby because he has something to do. So I know he can go way faster than what he did here. So you might have to look at that when you when you make the tiers. I don't think he will end up the right place if you just look at that time. So he's a fast guy, and yeah, for sure he can go faster than that. No doubt.
We actually don't have any ERT drivers in this lobby, so
we have Owen.
Oh, we do. Owen. Sorry, we've Owen. Yes.
Yes.
Considering I'm the one who's been ranting about the Pinnacle tier, I probably should have known that, but Owen is an ERT driver, he just doesn't have it in his PSN. He's coming out of the pits now for the medium tyres, and what about Nick's lap? Nick said, what did you say, he did 27.9, was it?
I did a 27.6 post-patch, I did a 27.1 pre-patch, as Liam goes spinning around Cops.
Oh, Liam has had a bit of a spin for the Haas, and if ghosting was not on, he would have been cleaned out by Lawrence in the Aston Martin, but thankfully he is not. The first lap will be getting underway now, folks, but we'll stick with our interview because the medium laps, they really don't mean too much. But Dexter, if you had a prediction here for this lobby, who would you say is going quickest, and without the bias, of course, if possible?
Well, there's a few guys that are capable of pulling out some good laps. I would say, of course, Owen is up there, but if I should mention a few others, I would say Legend, also a really strong driver. Lekitu, always up there as well, mixing it up with the fast guys, right? So I would say Legend, Owen, and Lekitu might be the ones fighting for top honors in this session. But yeah, never count out Lukey. He may be calling Nick a sweat, and he is, but But Luke, he can definitely also he can also do a good time in these sessions. He's a veteran, so he knows what to do, and I'm really excited to see what he can do also now.
Del Gezu doesn't look like he's going for a long stint here. He's already on the soft compound tyres, but we're looking at Owen Wyatt now, who has unfortunately invalidated in front of his boss. But yeah, we're underway here, folks, for the second lobby in Lobby 2. If you're just joining us, welcome to the One Hub qualifying night. We are currently joined by the owner of ERT, as Lukey goes to the top of the timing sheets, Mr. Sweat himself. On the medium compound tyres, that lap again will be beaten as Jamie Met, another high-ranked member of One Hub Racing, goes to second. We've got all the OGs in this lobby because Lakitu, a previous champion.
Yeah, and we got the newest driver to sign up this season, which is Rudy. He literally signed up today, so just in time to get himself in for qualifying night. And I imagine he'll be trying to partner up with Legend this season, considering they're from the same esports team. But Dexter, qualifying night, you've obviously been around a few seasons. You've taken part yourself. Do you enjoy it? Do you feel the pressure?
Yeah, this is the first time I'm not a part of the admin team on a qualifying night, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, qualifying night is always special, I would say. Of course, when I started just racing in One Hub, doing it as a driver, you really practice for it, and you're always trying to just be at your best. Of course, when it comes to qualifying night, and I think it's quite good. I've never been a good qualifier myself. I think I improved, but never been the best at qualifying. More of a race pace kind of guy. So, but yeah, you really want to do well. So, and I think with the evolve, with how the qualifying night has evolved here, where you can join another session later if you have like an incident, I think that's really good. And yeah, it's a fun night, and it's a busy night being an admin, I would say. So I think it was a good move when you decided to have the admin team do it separately, because there's a lot of things to do behind the scenes. So yeah, always great being in a qualifying night. I enjoy it.
It is a busy night for the admins. I might not sound too busy just commentating on it here, but if you're watching, folks, it is a really busy night for the admins. As Nick was saying earlier, if you missed it, all the admins do theirs on a separate occasion. You've already did it for this season. They actually did it before the patch. And now you are, well, it's done now on the new one, but thank you to all the new viewers tuning in. Just thought we'd mention that. We have Lakitu joining us in the chat now. Lakitu currently sat in the pit lane, waiting to go out on track.
Any exclusive ERT news, Dexter, you can share with us? Maybe a upcoming driver signing, or maybe some discussions, or
That'll be on
events?
LRN within 5 minutes if he said that. So
any events you're looking at taking part in this on this game, or?
Nah, I'm not sure.
I can now, haven't I?
Put me a little bit on the spot here. No drivers I can announce though, but well, if I have to say something, then I can say a couple of things. Maybe we are doing another giveaway soon of the F1 22 game, so that will come out very soon. So stay tuned for our Twitter page, F1_ERT, and that's gonna be great, I think. And other than that, yeah, there'll be some new merchandise soon. So we have the same merchandise partner, One Hub and ERT and Vespertine. So there'll be some new stuff there, and maybe we'll even get you those ERT Speedos that you really want, Nick.
Well, I've got to see them modelled before I by the team bosses before I purchase them myself.
I think we agreed on that you should be the model in those. You have the pool at home, so.
I do have
Nick
the hot tub,
has a pool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I have a blow up one of those.
There's the fun
hot
fact
tubs.
for this lobby, folks. Nick has a hot tub. I loved that, by the way. Can you tell us something exclusive? And then he does 2 self-promotions. That was perfect. Hello to Casper, who's watching in the chat. He says, "Hi, Nick," spelled with a GH, and someone that I don't know, so I appreciate it, my friend. Hello. Alls has gone to third in this session, but we'll get back to Dexter now. I would ask a question, but I don't really have much for you. Nick knows you a lot better. Is Nick a good employee?
Yeah, I think so. It was also quite fun because when I was in One Hub, he was my boss there, and the other way around in ERT, right? So, but yeah, he's a great friend, and I really admire what he does with One Hub Racing. Always have done, and I'm really proud to be a part of the admin team for the years that I was a part of it, and sadly I don't really have enough time to do it anymore, so had to leave before the season started. But I'm still a little bit involved in the ACC part of One Hub, where I drive on PC, and I help out with the servers and a little bit behind the scenes still. So
And you
that's
technically
fully
give
gone.
us money, so thank you. And someone has actually asked, speaking of money, Nick, have you used the side of money for a hot tub? Is that where it's all gone?
No, but the stress I sometimes get from running the league, I definitely use a good soak after a Friday evening. So
We're gonna stop this now before I can't sleep this evening. TXM has gone to third, but he's having some car issues out of Stowe, it seems. As someone has said, I'll still be racing in OHR. I've decided. I believe that's Jordan as SWFC Jordan. So I don't know what team that is.
ERT driver, isn't he? One of our.
Yeah,
Our boys,
actually, Jordan, he decided before this season started that this was gonna be his last season on F1. So, but yeah, he might have convinced himself of doing maybe even more. So I think what he told me today was that he really enjoyed this game. He feels comfortable on it, and that might have given him a push to continue, and that's just great news. So there's a little bit of ERT news there, and not just promotion.
There we go. There's our ERT news.
What's been the general feedback, Dex, from the ERT boys? Obviously, they're quick. They know the insides and out of Formula One games. What's been their opinion generally of this game so far? Are they happy with it? Are they impressed, or are they not so keen? What's been the general feedback?
I think looking at the majority, I think they're happy with it. I see a lot of guys doing really well, and a lot of world records coming in. A few drivers also new to One Hub. We have, for example, Tico, one of our drivers. He just got 2 world records within the last few days or so on the game. So I think they're quite comfortable, and a lot of them has actually used this off time between the 2 games of removing their racing line. There were a few that were still using that, and they're just up there on pace right from the get-go. So I think we have a good feeling within the team on this new game. I know there's a lot of talk on social media about the performance patches, whatever those changes were to the handling model and stuff. But I think people are too quick to jump to conclusions on that. You know, they play the game.
I'm one of them, by the way. I have a performance patch.
Fair enough. But you know, I think it takes a little bit more than 2 hours to just get an opinion on how it is. You know, you have to give it a fair chance. So I think you need to use a little bit more time there. Being an ACC driver myself, the balance of performance changes a lot in those cars when they do updates, and it's just how it is. You need to adapt to it, and so yeah, I think if you maybe jump to conclusion a little bit early on the performance patch, but in general, I think our drivers are happy and they're doing really well on the new one, also on no assists. So I'm really happy, looking forward to the Pinnacle Tier being line only. I would have loved it was no assist, but maybe next season.
In terms of the ERT boys, what do you have a certain kind of goal that you like within your drivers in One Hub? Like, do you expect like to maybe one tier win a championship, get a few drivers in the top 3? Do you have those kind of goals within kind of the back backside of the team.
Yeah, well, I think we have had a lot of drivers. There's been a lot of blue in in the top tier the last few seasons, and I would love for that to continue. Of course, I would love for at least half of the drivers in the pinnacle tier to be ERT drivers. I'd love to see a few driver pairings there as well. Of course, so we have some ERT teams within the pinnacle tier, but all in all, I'm just happy if the boys enjoy themselves. It's, as I said, I'm a huge fan of One Hub, and I think the experience you get in One Hub is just really good, and it's second to none with the media day and everything around it, quali night here, everything. So,
and those lovely looking trophies that you sponsor, of course.
Lovely trophies, lovely medals, driver of the month and everything. But no, I'm just happy if they enjoy themselves, and I know they have a great day on Fridays. They usually they're in the same party with and enjoy themselves there. So if they can enjoy themselves and have a really good, get a good team feeling from being together on something with this, then it's just great for me. But of course, I hope to see someone win some of the tiers. Of course, I do. But we'll see how the tier placement goes. So I'll make up my mind when I get there. But happy for everyone, not just the top tier, also where everyone ends up. I hope they will dominate each tier, of course.
We'll look at our own Wyatt now, Neo team and himself, flying through woodcut as he heads into Comp's corner. But Dexter, I'm going to ask an interesting question now, because I like stirring up trouble. Do you have a favourite driver in One Hub from ERT?
That's putting me a little bit on the spot there. So, no, I don't have any favourite drivers. I love them all. So,
Nick's on the party, by the way. Nick is here too, folks.
Well, I can say Nick, but Nick is a good friend, and I hope he will do very good as a driver in One Hub, but I hope that for every one of them. So my main reason is just that they can be the best that they can be, and I know they're ready to put on a good show. And that's the important thing to me, is that they have fun and they go fast and they hopefully win. Yeah.
Kieran has just commented saying it better be me, but it isn't. So unfortunately, Kieran, that's a bit of a problem for you. But White's gone to third. That's a fabulous lap with a 28.3. He's just behind Rudy and Legend, the two talent factory boys. So there is 12 minutes and 30 seconds left in this lobby, and we have had a fairly interesting time here with the interview. But we'll give you a quick look at the racing action just for a moment. That's Jamie Met going off the track for a quick second, but he's back on now. No time from Lakitu yet. He's looking to pump one in now.
I think he was just moving out the way for Lakitu, who is on a flying lap, but had a tank slapper just as he was coming onto the straight there, so that's not going to help his time, but he's got to get something on the board, and it looks like he's going to continue on with this lap. Just want to obviously thanks Dex for jumping in and having a chat with us. It's always good to chat to you, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how myself and the rest of the ERT boys light up the timing screens this season.
Yeah, me too, and I hope you'll enjoy the rest of the night, and yeah, you've done your time, Nick, so pressure's off your shoulders. Yeah, just enjoy the rest of the quali night, and thank you for letting me be a part of it. It was fun jumping in with you guys.
Thank you very much, Dex. We wish you the best. As we see Lakitu flying off the circuit there. I'm surprised that was kept valid, but Lukey he's up on his time. We'll see what he can do. That was ERT Dexter, folks, who we were chatting to, the owner of ERT. Really sound guy, excellent to chat to. But we'll cut back in for the exciting part of qualifying night now here in Lobby 2. There's 11 minutes to go, and this is when the fast laps come flying in. As here comes Lukey. It's a 0.5 of a second improvement to a 28.9, but he remains 5th. here in the practice session. Whooping Proverbs had a bit better of a time, but he has a slower lap, and this is a slower lobby overall. A lot of guys not putting in a fast time yet, as we see Battle Angel with a 150.5. Nick, what tier would that lap get him in?
A 120, sorry, what?
150.5.
150.5. Well, I think he'd be the safety car, perhaps. But I'm sure he can improve. He has previously been in our second highest tier, Battle Angel. I've had a few on-track battles with him myself. Pardon the pun, but he wasn't an angel either. So.
Oh, okay. We've a bit of beef. I love a bit of beef, I do. Yeah, there's someone acknowledging that safety car joke. That was a good one, I'll give you that. Delgesu is on the mediums. He's 7th on the mediums. I'm interested to see what he can do in a set of softs, but he's no intention of going on the softs just yet, because he's out on track on a fresh set of medium compound tyres with 9 minutes and 40 to go. It's a Delgesu world, and we're all living in it. He is doing his own thing, and I respect that. But some fast guys now setting good times. TJW is currently 6th, and he is pumping in the lap times as he heads through Luffield, but doesn't have the battery for the rest of this lap. So I imagine this may be an in-lap, and his fast lap has already been done. As Jordan not happy with his lap time. Well, I suppose you can technically get in for another session. I imagine we won't have 20 in for the last session of the day, so if you fancy getting in for that one, it will be a good opportunity. But Alds has gone to 6th. He's improved by 0.6 of a second as well while doing so, and it's a 29.373 for Alds. Much better lobby 2 than lobby 1. He has drastically improved from his Ferrari stint for the first half an hour of the qualifying night, as King Ian cannot improve on that run. What about Fozzie Bear? He's improving in the Williams.
Now the former champion is Fozzie Bear. I believe not last season, the season before. He was a champion, and I think he won himself a Next Level Racing prize as well. So,
ooh, yes.
We haven't mentioned that, have we yet? Next Level Racing prize.
Here's the fun
season.
thing, Nick. Here's the thing. I ordered one before coming on this stream. So
you ordered one?
I ordered one. There's a.
You should have said to me. I would have been able to get you maybe a discount code or something.
It's a bit late now, isn't it? But,
should I have not said that, or?
Well,
what did you order? What did you order?
I can't remember the name. I ordered what are they called? They're called cockpits, aren't they, on the One Hub? But I needed a new one, so I got one. And Next Level Racing, trust me, folks, check them out. Amazing company, and one of our sponsors here in One Hub Racing. I can let you more waffle on about that while I just dream of getting my next level seat.
Yeah, they've been providing prizes for us since season 14. So this is the 7th season now, and they've been, as of last season and this season, they've upped our sponsorship to a global sponsorship. As we see a 27.170, which is incredibly quick lap time. That's what I did pre-patch.
Quick one. That is a quick one from Legend. I believe that whistle may have been a bit too loud. I forgot I'm speaking into a microphone. But that is a Legend well cementing himself in the top tier, I'm sure, with that lap time.
Definitely. He's putting down a marker there that he wants to go one step further this season. Finished in the top 3 last season, in 3rd place, I believe. Got himself a trophy, a bronze trophy in the top tier Drivers' Championship, but wants to go one step further, and he's got his fellow esports teammate Rudy in to, I imagine, help him in the Constructors battle this season. So it's going to be an interesting one, those two boys. I'm sure we'll see some ERT boys in the top tier team up as well. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that battle crack on. If I'm not in the top tier, I'll definitely be keeping a close eye. But this season, Evan, we have 3 prizes. We've got a giveaway on a gaming chair, Next Level Racing gaming chair, which is the first time we've had that. You can enter just by simply retweeting our season 21 sign up.
Sorry to overcut you there, but the key to is he back. He was learning no line for the Pinnacle tier last season. That's a good lap time of 28.1.
Yeah, very good. I imagine he'll come back into the pits and set it up again for another flyer. As you say, you want to be out. Like, I think they got it right last lobby, where everyone was heading out with about 2 minutes to go, 2.5 minutes to go. That's when you want to be out on track. when it's at its grippiest, the car is at its lightest because you don't need to fuel for an in-lap. And yeah, you're ready to rock and roll for a flyer. But Lakitu getting himself right up there. That's what we want to see. Owen just behind. And TXM, he was in the top 2 last season, just improved ahead of the both of them. So putting down a marker
TXM was
almost
very quick in the top tier last season. He didn't turn up to many races, but the ones he turned up to, he was quick. I specifically remember a masterstroke performance to finish second in Canada, which ultimately decided the championship in the end, but Montana was on another level. Anyways, I think we'll let Nick get back into his sponsors, as I rudely interrupted.
Yes, obviously next to racing, they've been providing prizes this season. Yeah, we've got the leather gaming chair on our Twitter. You can enter just by retweeting that. And then one of the Drivers' Champions is going to win a full cockpit with a monitor stand this season. So
that's a brilliant prize.
Yes, over a £500 prize. So definitely worth signing up for and trying to win a championship. But that's something that we've always been very particular on, Evan, is no matter your pace, no matter what tier you're in, you get the same opportunities. So, all races should be commentated on, all tiers should get prizes, all tiers should get trophies, and all tiers should have a chance to win these sponsorship prizes, not just the top tier, because, everyone is equal in this grid in terms of signing up and getting an equal opportunity to perform. So, yeah, lots of prizes on offer. If you finish in the top 3, you'll also be able to perhaps win the GT Light, which is a super fun and good collectible item to have, because it's one of the ones that you don't have to have up permanently. You can fold it up, put it away, and then when you're ready to race again, you can get it back out. So if your missus is that the one you got? So yeah, you can fold it up and put it away if your missus is not happy with it being in the living room, and then get it back out when she goes out with the girls. So, or
if it's the other way around, we're just going to cover ourselves for that. But Whipping Proverb he's had a much better time this session. It's 11th, but it's a better lap now for him. There's 3 minutes 21 to go, and look at that, the top 8 are all in the pit lane. They're getting ready for a shootout, and I am all here for it. Delgezu, finally on the soft. This should be a quick lap, because that's a medium lap, and it's still up in 12th with 3 minutes to go in the session. So the Alpine man, he's rocking and rolling, and he is ready to go. And quick question, Nick, just for all those who's watching and myself, are they allowed to use the overtake button on their hot laps?
They are. They can use whatever, minimum hot lap. If they were to set their quickest time on say medium or no earth, then we would be seeing that on task, and we would be saying, what on earth was going on? Why weren't you using your hot lap at very minimum? But overtake is quicker, of course, so flick it to overtake as you're coming onto the straights, and flick it back down to hot lap, and then you'll have to use a little bit of medium as well in there, otherwise you will run out just before the start-finish line. So,
yeah, we've seen Whipping Proverb seems to always run out of his deployment before. Delgezu almost spinning it around. That would be a disappointing end to a good lap, but this lap isn't going to beat his medium run. He needs another shot at this one, and he only has 37% battery to go. All's out on track, and now the top 5 are all venturing out into the sunny Silverstone circuit. And it'll be Owen Wyatt who will be the first of them to get a lap in. He's backing off, he's preparing for this like it is the lap of his life to get into the pinnacle tier here in One Hub.
Yeah, I expect him to try and get a flyer in here. This is the time you want to be out on track. This is when the session's going to be.
He's enough time to do quickest. 2 as well, so that's a good backup. He's enough time to get back round if he messes this one up. But into turn number 3, that is... well, it's turn number 3, it doesn't have a name, but now heading out onto the Wellington Straight towards Brooklands. That's a flat out left, and short shift up the gears, get to 7th, get to 8, and now the car is absolutely roaring down towards Brooklands, and what can be described as the stadium section almost. There is a beautiful view of the cars flying down the old start-finish straight, heading through Woodcut, which is a flat out right in a Formula 1 car on a MotoGP bike. It's not quite flat out, but thankfully we are watching Formula 1 here, as he heads through Copse Corner, turn number 9, downshift. It used to be just about flat, not anymore on these 2022 spec cars, now heading into Maggots. And now heading through Beckett's. Now heading through turn 14 of Chapel Curve and onto the Hanger Straight, the longest straight in Silverstone, 770 metres. The cars roaring, reaching 330 kilometres an hour before braking into Stowe, downshifting to 6. Don't want to roll! It's a spin for Owen Wyatt and into the wall to end his lap, and that was a beautiful lap up until that point. But Owen Wyatt will not improve as he is heading into the pits. It's a 28-3 for Owen Wyatt, and we will see what the rest of the guys can do. Legend is going to improve here. He's going to break. He's gone for a 27 flat. Beautiful run by Legend Rosenberg in the AlphaTauri. Rudy heading through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. We'll see what he can do. The new member joined today. He joined One Up Racing today, folks. And he is here in qualifying night, giving it his absolute all. This is what it means to these guys as he heads down the Hanger Straight. Bit of a distance tow from the Alfa Romeo of TXM, who is also on a bit of a lap here. We'll keep an eye on him. Had some brilliant performances. 2 podiums in the pinnacle tier as he heads into the Vale chicane. And now through Club Corner, we see Lewis Hamilton make a brilliant move through this corner in 2022. TXM across the line, he has improved to a 22, and Rudy has improved to a 27-2. Brilliant lap by the 2 AlphaTauris there on top in this session. What I'd say, you improved in the dying moments of Lobby 1 will not improve in the dying moments of Lobby 2. However, Lukey, he's got to improve on his final attempt, using up all his battery deployment, and rounding the final corner. It's Lukey across the line. What can he say? He goes for a 28.682 to put him 7th in Lobby 2, but it will be a good lap by Lukey. Very experienced one-hub racer. Here comes Speed Quinn. Can he be Speed as he heads round the final corner? Distance tow from the Alpine in front, but it's not going to mean much as it is Club Corner. It is definitely a corner. It's a 29-1, and unfortunately no improvement in the dying embers on that lap for him. And that is Lobby 2 completed, folks. It is TF Legend, TF Rudy, and TXM your top 3. And that was a much quicker pace. Much quicker pace. Yes, folks, that is a frantic end as Nick gets the next lobby setup. We'll be joining in a few moments' time. We will wait to run through the results because I think Nick would kill me if I didn't. And unfortunately, Battle Angel, he wasn't able to improve. It's a 150.5 for Battle Angel. And Mega Gamer is going to have to do another lobby as we didn't even catch it with our interview with Dex. He was disqualified in the session.
Yeah, I think he was caught, he spun and was caught going the wrong way on the track, so we did trial just having on corner cut only, but it just looked a bit messy on stream with everyone going the wrong way around the track. So,
oh yeah, that wouldn't be too nice.
Yeah, we scrap that and we stick to this, and drivers just, you know, have to be a little bit mindful of the rules, and yeah, we are just getting the next lobby set up, so bear with us.
And we'll get the full race results up now for Lobby 2, and then we'll join Lobby number 3. And Nick, I've got it wrong. Is there 4 lobbies or 5 lobbies?
There's 4 lobbies.
Okay, I keep saying 5, so just ignore everything I say for the rest of the stream.
Well, we will. We often, what we did last season is we did a 5th lobby, but we ended the stream after the 4th because...
okay.
Yeah,
anyways, I'm just going to interrupt you quickly so we can get our results in, folks. It is TF Legend ahead of TF Rudy, then it is TXM, Lakitu, Owen Wyatt, What I Say, Lukey, Alls, Speed Quinn, Cam Kamam, TJW, Whooping Proverb, Del Gesu, Lawrence, King Ian, Jamie Met, Fozzie Bear, Liam13, TTV, Battle Angel, and Mega Gamer. Full results here in Lobby 2 of the One Hub Racing qualifying night. We're going to get into Lobby 3 straight away, folks, as Nick has kindly sent me an invitation. We'll join now as I've just seen a few interesting names. Seen Carwin and Rob, seen G Infamous. There's some interesting names in this lobby, folks. As Deadrod asking, what tier am I in? Well, you'll have to wait for that one, unfortunately. And now we can have another look at the promotional photos of Silverstone. You can see a Ferris wheel in the background. Is that actually there? I've never seen it on Formula 1, but maybe it is.
I think it is, actually. I think there is a Ferris wheel. I don't know if it's that big in real life, but yeah, for those asking what tier you're going to be in, that is announced on Sunday on a live stream. So we have lots of data to go through, lots of lap times to look at, and yeah, once we've done all that on Sunday, there will be a live stream, and Jess will be hosting that. So
yeah, make sure you tune into that, folks, with Jess Games. A voice you'll definitely recognise if you're a One Hub follower, and she'll be running through your tier placements. It's a day not to miss. It's an interesting one to find out, especially for us commentators, even to see who we will be commentating on for the season. Will we get any quick drivers? Will we get any surprises? It's an interesting one, but we have 17 drivers here in lobby number 3. We're getting ready to go almost instantly. Let us know down below anything you want to ask, any questions, any fun facts you'd like to give us. Tell us a joke, even if you're here. Thanks to the 30 people still watching. Lakitu has said he definitely needed a second try, and he proved it. He's had a good lap there in the Alfa Romeo, but will he go for another one? Well, only time will tell. He's not in this lobby so far, I don't think. As there is no, Conzo has gone for a second attempt, and there we go. We've 20. Oh no, 19. Nick quite hadn't pressed spectator yet, but Speed Josh said he's doing a 27.9 and coming. So we'll have to wait and see. We can run you through quickly. We have Carwin Rob in Mercedes. Then we have Rimpy, who was in lobby 1. He's gone for another attempt here in lobby number 3. ERT Rick in the McLaren, and then Gabri Miro for Aston Martin. Sionix in Williams. Then it is ERT Jordan once again in the Mercedes. Trunders, who was in Ferrari in lobby 1, is in Alpine in lobby 3. And then Schnixel, I think that's how that's said.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
There we go. It's Schnixel in Alfa Romeo with Rage Man. And that's what I might do if I have to say Schnixel too much in Alfa Romeo. Then, oh wow, here we go, folks. It is Uaven a gig.
You having a gig?
Yeah, I've just understood that. That's a very good PSN. I've understood it as I'm saying that. I was saying it as if it was like a name, but no, it is. You having a giggle, mate? In Alpine. Speed Josh in Red Bull, then Del Gessu for Ferrari, then Luki, and then we have X2 Quasar 7 in Red Bull, and then Mega Gamer, who got disqualified in the last lobby. He's here again for Aston Martin, and then it is XL Larkin, former Pinnacle tier driver, took a pole last season. He was in the Alpine in the McLaren. G Infamous in the AlphaTauri. Olds, who's gone for a third lobby. He's in for a third lobby in AlphaTauri, and then Conzo, who was in lobby 1. In lobby 3 for Haas. We have 19. We're waiting on one more, I believe, Nick.
One more we're waiting on, yes. So, not sure who we're waiting on. Let's have a quick look. And
someone has actually told me a joke in the chat, and it's actually made me laugh. Fair play. Nick, would you like to know the jokes your viewers are telling us?
Let's do it.
He says, I knock on the fridge door before I open it, in case there's a salad dressing.
That's Matt. That's indecisive. So that's one of the admin team.
Oh, that's who it is. I couldn't read your name. Yeah, that's who it is.
That is a good one. I like that one. And
it's a
also,
Matt joke.
Jamie, your fellow commentator last season, might be jumping in the party for a quick chat.
Oh, Jamie, I haven't spoken to him since the season finale in Portugal. It'll be interesting to see Jamie back. If you have any more jokes, Matt, let us know, because that has given us a bit of a giggle. We have Jordan saying, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan too, plus Russell and Norris. Is that a joke? Or is that a fun fact? Maybe it's a fun fact. Of course, if you like telling us things about your races, join One Hub Racing, because the media nights have been given a bit of an update. The media is a big thing in One Hub Racing, and it is a mandatory thing in One Hub Racing to do. You have to answer your questions if you're called by press officer, who is it's Nick again. But One Hub Racing Media Nights is a big feature, and we have 20 drivers now. Who will it be, folks? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's Lakitu again. It is Lakitu. He's here for another attempt at the qualifying night, folks. We are getting going in 26 seconds.
Yes, welcome to Lobby 3. Some other quick drivers here. I didn't do it last session. I should have done. My apologies. But let's run you through. Are there any new drivers? So Del Gessu is obviously new to the league, but he's already done a session. Snixel's returning. Sonics and Grabry, they are both new drivers. they're friends. I actually met them racing online. And Corin, ERT Corin, is obviously new to ERT and now new to One Hub Racing. So let's see what he can do. But the rest of the drivers, I believe, have raced at least one season with us before. So some have missed a couple and are returning. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how these next 20 do. And Evan, remind us, the quickest time is a 27.1. Is that correct so far?
It's a 27 flat, I believe, by
27
TF
flat.
Legend, and then the second fastest time was also in Lobby 2. It was by Legend team in Ruby in a 27.2, but we're getting ready to go. Everyone on the hard tyres for this practice session. It's currently having a giggle, mate, who's leading, and I'm severely hoping he's not in my tier, because I think I might giggle every time I read that PSN. Oh well, we're getting ready to go here, folks. No cars out on track. We'll get a bit of action in a moment's time, but we can run you through another Silverstone fun fact if you like, or a British Grand Prix fun fact. There is. Actually, Nick, I'm going to ask you this as a question. How many bottles of champagne would you say were drank at the 2019 British Grand Prix?
I honestly don't know. I didn't see many people when I was there in 2019 drinking champagne.
Were you and the one who grew not popping out a bit of bubbly?
I mean, we were drinking, definitely drinking, but we weren't drinking champagne. We were on the old beer, so can't get enough of those beers when it's sunny and you have to join that long queue to get a pint. But all the more worth it. And we actually went with, I think, 4 of us from One Hub, and then we ended up meeting up with 2 or 3 others who had raced in the league as well. So that's cool. I wonder how many within the league racing community actually go to Silverstone.
Oh, there's definitely a few. I see a lot of tweets. There's definitely quite a few. But I'll give you the answer for my champagne question. There were 7,800 bottles of champagne drank at the 2019 British Grand Prix. And
wow,
that's a lot of champagne over a 3-day weekend, because even the Thursday is not really counted. Oh, is it? There might be hospitality on the Thursday. 4-day weekend. We'll give it then. We'll give Silverstone an extra day.
No wonder the queues for the toilets were so long, if that's the amount of champagne they were consuming.
I wonder what it's like compared to water. I'll see if I can find the bottle of water statistics. I did see it earlier. Silverstone, this was on the official Silverstone website, by the way, so they are proud of their champagne numbers, and why shouldn't they be? I suppose they're making money off it. Well, clearly there was a hospitality element of... Oh, I have found the bottles of water. There's a hospitality element of Silverstone. Nick, how many bottles of water and bottles of wine? How many bottles of wine would you say were drank in Silverstone? Excluding you and the One Up crew.
I was going to say there's quite a few bottles of water, but they were mainly in the morning to try and clear out the alcohol from the night before. But wine, well, if 7,000 bottles of champagne, I imagine it's got to be, 5,000 plus of wine.
13,000 bottles of wine were drank over a 4-day weekend in the 2019 British Grand Prix. And the bottles of water was 27,000, so I'm happy there's a lot more water than champagne and wine.
I had about 7,000 of those on the Sunday morning, that's for sure.
But where else would you find these flying statistics, folks, here in One Hub Racing? If you have any crazy British Grand Prix facts, or One Hub facts, if you send us a One Hub fact, that will make us go bananas. Definitely let us know. G Infamous is on a set of the soft compound tyres here in the early parts of Lobby 3, but he's not going to, unless he's rapid, he's not going to set the fastest time, because that track will keep improving.
Yeah, these laps are going to be cycle laps. Just get a feel for the car, get a feel for the setup you're using. Obviously, park frame is off, so you can change it around as much as you like. I imagine these drivers have been on time trial and nabbed a setup at very least. Let's hope they change the tyre pressures though, because otherwise they're going to struggle to even find some of these apexes around these high-speed corners here at Silverstone. And we have Jamie, who's the head of teams an engine wear this season at One Hub Racing. So welcome, Jamie, to the stream, and of course your fellow commentator last season in the top tier.
Yeah, hi Evan, how are you doing? Yeah,
Hello, Jamie.
Yeah, long time no see. Should be good. Obviously got more responsibility next season, so yeah, I'll be kept busy, and obviously we're to do some changes to engine wear this season, where if you DNF, you get more engine wear applied to your engine. So if you DNF, you're going to get a punishment, which I think will make the engine wear a lot more exciting.
And some snazzy new graphics as well to be released on race day, which I'm looking forward to showing off, as there's a Alfa Romeo just goes spinning there. Jamie, how was your qualifying night? How was your lap? Were you happy with it?
Well, it was not too bad. I felt like maybe I could have got I know first sector, I know my delta was down 10th and a half, but the rest of it felt pretty good, and yeah, I was quite happy with that lap. And obviously I think I might have preferred the lap that I did last week, because I sort of nailed it last week. But yeah, it was not too bad, and I feel a little bit more competitive in this game. I feel like I'm a bit closer to the quicker guys in this game, dare I say it, and I think hopefully I can get some better results in this game.
Do you have any predictions? What tier you're in, Jamie? I mean, you'll probably have a little bit of an insight because you know how the system works, but any predictions for
I think it will be the P3 or P4 tiers, I think, one of them two tiers, I think. I think, looking at my time, I think probably P4 tier, I'd say, but I'm not seeing any more of the drivers, so I don't really know. But yeah, I know I'm not the quickest guy in this game, but I know if I keep out of trouble and stuff, I can definitely capitalise, which I did last season. And yeah, it's obviously doing racing and content the same night. It's a busy night, but I do enjoy it. Just keep me entertained, keep the Friday nights very. Well, I do miss it when it's not on. It's good to see it's back, and not long to go till the racing starts again.
Yeah, of course, pre-season next week around Spa. Is that a track that suits you? Is the track you like commentating on? I know we had a great race last season in Spa. I believe it was the one with the rain. It was Legend who won it. Legend, currently the fastest man here in qualifying night. But do you like Spa for driving, and do you like it for commentating on? Because, well, I know I like it for commentating on, but it's a totally different ball game when you're in the car.
Yeah, I do like driving Spa, and even though I'm not too good at it, but in the last game I was quite good. I got a podium, and obviously I qualified third in the grid in the wet, and we won't talk about happened at the start because I jump started and that sort of ruined my race. But yeah, I feel good, and I feel like I'm managing. I'm normally on all the games used to have issues with areas of Radian, but on this game it seems a little bit better, so that's good. The only thing is I think this patch may. I'm not the biggest fan of it because I tend to get quite a bit of understeer in racing, so I need to figure out how to work my way through that. But yeah, before the patch, I've not driven Spa post patch, so hopefully it's still as good as it felt before.
It did feel good actually before. Well, all the tracks felt good, I think, before the patch. And
yeah, they all felt really nice. And
never that Hungary race we did. That Hungary 5 lap race did that the other night when the tyres went after 3 laps.
Yeah, I think setups are going to have suddenly become a lot more important since the post patch. But as I said, I think the tyre pressures are, for me personally, when I turned the tyre pressures down to minimum, the car felt pretty comfortable, pretty similar to how it did pre-patch. It just felt a little bit slower, particularly on the straights. So I don't know whether one click up from minimum might be something to play around with, but I just don't think you can go anywhere near even halfway on this patch. But that's what League Racing is for, to figure out.
I never used to max anyway, so maybe it might help me, I don't know, so maybe that might help me. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm on the old pad, so it might be some tracks might be a bit surviving, I guess. But
oh, that's a prime example of what the tyre pressures are there for. So I was just having a look at you having a giggle as he heads through Chapel Curve. It's just the turn in the understeer. That's what we're talking about, folks. If you're not a league racer yourself, or the understeer, look, the car just won't turn in. That's what happens. He's probably running too much tyre pressures there, folks.
So obviously with the track, it's very easy, especially doing that in the Beckett's complex. It's very easy just to overheat your tyres, and it's so easy, especially just get a wheel on the grass, and you're just around, and it also makes it so fun to drive because it's basically flat out track. So if you nail a lap around there, it does feel really good. But if you're not feeling the track has to be confident around. If you're not confident around there, you're going to lose loads of time, and I think a few of these guys are definitely struggling for the tyre temperatures. I've noticed in my session of a lot of spinners, especially in the first sector. So yeah, I think there'll be quite a few more like DNFs and spins once people actually get used to this new handling model.
Do you like the new handling model yourself? Because I hate it, but Nick seems all right with it. But what's your thoughts? Does it suit you? Does it not suit you?
I've not really played the game that much since. I've got like a race tomorrow night, so I'll know more tomorrow night. But I've not really played the game since the patch. But it felt okay in that qualifying night session. I know it's definitely feels a little bit slower because I did a low 29 on last Friday, and obviously that session had the 1 minute 30. But I could have got 29.8 if I got all the sectors together. So I think it's a little bit slower, but like over a single lap it feels alright, but I've not tested over race distance yet, and I think that'll be the true test. Obviously that's when we'll find out next couple of weeks.
As we see, NRT Rick top of the timing sheet here in lobby number 3. We had a ERT Dex Dector join us in the last lobby. We're talking to Jamie now, who is a race winner here at One Hub, admin and head of engine wear, I believe, this season. Any helpful tips for engine wear for the folks watching? If anyone's watching, what would you recommend doing to save your engine and keep it to its maximum? I know that's a weird question, but sure, look.
Well, basically this season, just finish all the races. And you should get through one engine change. But if you keep DNFing, then you might lose that second engine. Obviously you'll start at the back of the grid. So, and obviously also before the season, what I'd recommend is just look at the races, what you're going to race, and just to try and pinpoint when you think you're going to use your engine. Maybe a track where you feel it's easier to overtake. Maybe a track where safety cars might be quite common, but on the old game it didn't really matter because safety cars seemed to come out every race, apart from Pinnacle tier. But
we had like little to none. It was mad.
No, yeah, so because it didn't crash. That's why if you don't crash, there'll be no safety cars. I keep saying this, but but just finish the races basically, and don't forget, just always check after every race. Obviously, the database get updated after every race, and we have these graphics, so there'll be no excuse for drivers not knowing when they have to change their engine. As I believe a couple of guys last season got caught out on that. I believe a couple of guys actually DNF'd from the race because their engines basically blew up. So yeah, it's very important, especially with an 8-race season. So it's a very tight season. Every race counts, and just be mindful and just check. It's quite a simple process once you get the hang of it. As so me admin in it, I'll know for sure I'll keep on top of mine, and that's what everybody else will have to do.
Looking at the calendar now, and I feel a lot of people are going to be taking theirs in Hungary, and I think we might get some messy races for the ERT Budapest Grand Prix in Hungary, because Hungary's not easy for overtaking in this game. Us three have experienced that in the same 5-lapper, which, Nick, did you win it in the end?
I think I did.
I think you won it in the end. I ended up on the podium. I didn't do too bad, but then a patch came and now I can't drive in a straight line. But the calendar, folks, if you're watching, have it beside me. We have the pre-season race on the 5th of August. It is in Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Then we head to the Miami Autodrome on the 12th of August for the opening round of the season. That's going to be an interesting one round Miami. Round 2, then we head to the Styrian Hills. It is the ERT Spielberg Grand Prix of Austria. Then on the 26th of August for round 3, we head to Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Round 4, 2nd of September, Imola, Italy. Simple. great track. That'll be an interesting one. Round 5 on the 9th of September is that ERT Budapest Grand Prix around Hungary. Round 6 on the 16th of September is an updated Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya in Montemelo. And round 7 on the 23rd of September, we head back stateside for the ERT Austin Grand Prix of Texas. And the final round, we end the season at a very interesting track. It is the Sakir International Circuit in Bahrain on the 30th of September. Round number 8, championships decided then. It's a great calendar this season. A short one, which will provide some brilliant championship battles. And of course, it's a different point system in one hub as well. It is 20 points for the win, which I believe is staying the same this season.
That's correct, yeah.
Yes. Because me and misinformation is not a common theme on this stream, folks. I haven't got everything wrong tonight, but show a lap of Shixnall. I knew I'd get it wrong at some point, as there is a Red Bull off in through Chapel Curve. We'll have a look at Schnixel for Alfa Romeo Orland Sauber as he heads through Vale Chicane. We'll stay on board as if you're just joining us, welcome. Thanks to 23 people still watching. We're here in Lobby 3. We're chatting to Jamie, and I'm joined alongside Nick. And it's been a great night so far. But here is Schnixel heading through turn number 3 now, the first braking zone. But you do have to lift through turn 1. Jamie, how did you find turn 1? Because it's been very tricky.
I did a medium lap earlier on. I did 2 medium runs, and on the medium, it's a low grip. Especially that session was like no grip. I was struggling to get through Abbey, and then I went off, and yeah, I managed. I think on my first soft lap, I actually nailed it, but that was my first soft lap, and I could never get anywhere near on my next 2 soft stints. I couldn't get anywhere near it. I was losing a tenth for the next 2 laps, so yeah, that's the corner I struggled at, and also I struggled at cops a little bit as well. But the last lap I sort of got it right, because it's so cops. Such a tight line entry, you have to really get the right line. If you're offline there, then you're invalidated. But if you're turning too early, you just lose too much time. So yeah, that's a lot of intricate corners around here, and it's about precision. And I didn't quite nail it all at the same time. And also, you're mentioning the races this season. Obviously, we're managed to 2-stop, and with the way the tyres are this season, you only get 1 set of softs and 1 set of mediums, and the soft tyres, they aren't really the best race tyre at most tracks. Then I think the strategy's going to be overshot this season. It's going to be interesting to see how they work. And obviously now the drivers can start any time what they want, and then the strategies could be even more unpredictable than ever, I think.
I think the undercut as well, overcut. Tyres are a lot harder to heat up on this game than previous games. You can't just, come out the pits and suddenly you're just half a second quicker in Sector 2. They do take, particularly those mediums, don't know what the hards are like, but I think you're going to see more people using the hards as well, because they're perhaps a better race tyre. But yeah, overcut, is that going to be maybe something that comes into play rather than just the undercut?
Yeah, I wonder at tracks like Hungary, say you get a safe cambered race and you're on the medium, what if some guys would come in the pits, put the softs on, and come in again and put the hards and go to the end of the race? I wonder if that might be to avoid running them soft tyres, which are absolute. Hungary, they just don't seem that nice at all. Some tracks are alright, but Hungary, they just seem too soft, for instance.
I think we're going to see a lot more 2-stoppers this season. We see it, well, of course we are. It's mandatory in one hub, but is it still mandatory in one hub? That's
still mandatory.
Still mandatory. Yeah. So yeah, we will be seeing a lot of 2-stops, folks. But I think we might see some more than 2-stops this season, because it's definitely going to be interesting strategy-wise. But the 2-stop, another rule mandatory in one hub, folks. And again, that's not me with some misinformation. But we'll take a quick look at the session here, folks. There's 11 minutes to go. It's ERT Rick Top ahead of Speed Josh and XL Larkin. Larkin, of course, was very good in the Pinnacle tier last season. Jamie will know well. He had a great performance in Brazil. But he's looking solid here tonight, but the top lap time nowhere near legend in session 1. Could we have found maybe a Pinnacle Tier Championship challenger in the form of TF Legend?
Yeah, possibly.
Definitely think he's going to be up there. I'd expect Rick to improve.
Yeah, I think he will
as well. I think as these last 10 minutes go on. You've got a few of those top guys in the pits as well. So Konzo as well. He's currently down in 20th. We know he can go about 6 seconds at least quicker than that. So yeah, I'm expecting these times to tumble, and yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see who ends up in the top tier this season. And some close times as well. Look at the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari, nearly the exact
Ooh,
same
that's
time.
close.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
not far apart, those boys.
No, yeah, it's good to see. Good. I think it's just close times. Good to see some good close racing as we did have. If you take out Montana, the pinnacle here was actually very close last season. But obviously, we still got some quick drives. Still some quick drives yet. We still get to see likes of Tom Robin. We still get to see likes of Kieran, who obviously raced previously, is returning. So yeah. I wonder if somebody may get into the 26s. I wonder if that might happen.
Oh, that would be a stretch. If someone was to do that, I really
Not in
want
this
to
lobby,
see.
but
No.
maybe someone like later on. Maybe I don't know, but yeah. But Legend looks really rapid. He could have won. He was a contender last season in Pinnacle, but lost his way a little bit. I think he had some incidents and sort of lost his head a little bit. And new game, new focus, and maybe seeing this is a great opportunity to put his name on the championship, world champions of one of race in the top tier.
Here's a Silverstone fun fact for everyone who is enjoying my fun facts. Legend, of course, is on top by a lot, but does anybody know what the largest winning time is in Silverstone? I've messed up that, so let's try it again. Does anyone know what the largest winning gap is in Silverstone? Jamie, I have a feeling you might know.
2008.
Yes, it is Hamilton 2008, but do you know how many seconds that was exactly?
58.
64.
It was 68. 68. There is that's a large winning gap. And he actually isn't the only man to win by a large amount. Jackie Stewart lapped absolutely everybody in 1969. He lapped every single car in a tough field and won his home Grand Prix, the man from Scotland. But of course it is the British Grand Prix, not the English Grand Prix, which I'm sure he will be the first to point out. Del Gessu has made a mistake through Cops. He is on an outlap though, but he made a bit of an error there through Cops, and he's lucky to be on the road. And his teammate Rimpey for this lobby is also invalidated an outlap, so keep an eye on them two. They'll be looking to improve when they get back on valid running track. As you can see here, a lot of guys heating up their tyres. Was tyre warming a really big issue, Jamie?
I didn't really see it as a major
On these
issue.
softs, it shouldn't be too much.
I drove probably about a 2-minute outlap, I guess, a 2-minute outlap, and the seemed obviously I progressively lap one a little bit quicker, but yeah, they seemed alright. I was just too wary of getting the tyres too hot. I was thinking the tyres might overheat, so I was
Rimpey round, and that's the issue you were finding through Abbey. As we can see, Rimpey finding gravel there as Abbey not quite flat, and these guys do think it's flat in these online lobbies, and that's where they are being called out. But still, time on the clock for these guys. There are 6 minutes 30 here in lobby number 3. We have lobby 4 coming up after this. It is ERT Rick leading from XL Larkin, and Larkin currently on a flyer.
Alrighty, so who have we got out on track at the moment? Larkin's
invalid.
Josh, 1 second.
Josh is round. This is going to be a curse of whoever Nick mentions. Spins round as Rick himself is on track. Has he improved? He has improved. It's a 27.9 for ERT Rick. He's improved by more. And Konzo, big lap from Konzo, 27.997 for Konzo. That's a big improvement on his lap from the first lobby number 1. Konzo did feature in. He's improved on that lap really big time, and hence why he's gone for the third lobby again. Konzo, another Pinnacle tier driver, was driving for AlphaTauri. He he had a few good performances. Abu Dhabi was a strong race for him, but there was nothing too major. Jamie, do you think he can be back in the pinnacle tier again?
Yeah, I think he can. Yeah, he's definitely a quick driver. He's been a pinnacle tier. He's been the pinnacle tier a lot. He's been the position tier a lot. He's been around a long time, and he's a very good driver. And he's never quite been in a championship battle, but he's always round at the midfield, and he's always a good solid driver. He's good driver for the league, and yeah, I think he can definitely be in top tier. Just obviously, if he's winning ABS, then he won't be. But if he isn't, then yeah, I think he can for sure.
Carwin Robb, I think, is on a lap. The Mercedes man coming out of left field. This looks pretty tidy so far.
It's not a bad job, this, as he heads up towards Copse Corner. There's 40 gear changes on average around a lap here of the Silverstone stairgate. That's the best I've seen anyone take Copse all day. Carwin Robb is on rails heading into Maggots. No, just invalid. Unlucky. Was up by 0.3 of a second. And that lap would have put him ahead of Lukey in 6th, but unlucky for Carwin Robb. And he has invalidated that lap time. Who is just in front of Carwin? I think it's Rimpy, who we seen take a spin through Abbey. He's down in 16th. Bit of a mistake there, as Mega Gamer is on an outlap. He really needs to get a roll on. He was disqualified in Lobby 2. He currently has a 33.303 in Lobby 3. And that is horrible for my Irish accent. That was not fun to say. But it's the two Aston Martins at the bottom of Gabri Miro, and Mega Gamer. Mega Gamer running wide there. He needs to get a lap on the board pretty soon. And G Infamous, I thought he'd be further up.
No, yeah, he was the quickest man in Prospect here last season, and maybe should have won the title, but yeah, maybe he's struggling with a new game, I guess. I've heard he has some real issues, so yeah, maybe that's a problem. Also, Rageman, just ahead of him. Rageman was really quick last season as well, and obviously we've been in some lobbies with Rageman, and we've noticed that Rageman, he seems to have some solid speed, but in these lobbies he just makes lots of mistakes. I think once he lands out mistakes, Rageman, I think he will be quite a good driver. He will be doing quite well, but yeah, I think he's just having some teething issues with the game, as he's invalidated there, I believe. So that's
the thing with this qualifying night. It is pressure, because in time trial, if it's a time trial evaluation, obviously you can spend as much time as you want on it, and you're not under any pressure if you mess up a lap. But in this, you only have one night, and if you don't set a good lap, you're done. I'm afraid you will be placed in the tier where you don't feel you deserve to be placed. And here comes all the guys who are topping the timing sheets out onto the track. Schnixel is on a lap though, and he's going to be coming up to them. There's no traffic as ghosting is on, as we will see now demonstrated in a moment, when Schnixel he does catch up to one of the Red Bull Racing cars, although he does pull out of the way. However, you can see the ghosting there, as we have 2 minutes exactly to go in lobby number 3. We have lobby 4 coming up now fairly soon, and it'll be the final chance for drivers to qualify for the One Hub Racing season 21, which starts with a pre-season race in the Sport Microshops next week. And you will want to tune in first to Sunday night. It is the tier placements. Very good stream there. Jess Games will be bringing you that one. And we see Schnixel heading through Maggots, heading through Beckett's, the left-hander of Beckett's and the right-hander of Chapel Curve.
Yeah, so a minute 20 left in this session. These are when the times you'd expect to start tumbling. You can see everyone in the top 13. Well, everyone other than Rimp and Rage is on either a flying lap or on an out lap. So obviously this is being one of those tracks where you can invalidate. So, as you said, Jamie, you said you could have gone maybe a tenth, 2 tenths quicker, but I don't think anyone can ever say they've done the perfect lap where they, can't improve anything. So I think as long as you get within kind of 2 or 3 tenths of your personal best, then that's kind of what you're aiming for. Here
great lap from Schnixel there. 8 tenths of a second improvement. He was one of the guys who, just as you were saying, Nick, was invalidating, but he's got a lap on the board, and that was a good run. As we see Josh now felt he could improve, so he's gone for another bite of the cherry as he heads through the loop. Oh, we have a question for you, Nick. What did you set? You did answer it earlier, but it's for one of the new viewers.
Pre-patch I did a 27.126, and post-patch I did a 27.6. But I can't remember the last 2 digits of that. But I've got a private session with a few drivers who aren't able to attend tonight on Sunday morning, so I'm planning to have another go then, because I don't feel the 27.6 was the absolute that I could do. So yeah.
Casper saying that was that's quick in the chat. So it was a quick lap, Nick. It definitely is a quick lap. But one man flying is Josh, and he's 0.4 of a second down. But that Red Bull looked on absolute rails through Cop's corner. I'm not quite sure if you guys saw that, but that was a really, really good Cop's corner from Josh. He has backed out, however, and that'll be it. It'll be a 28-1 for Josh's qualifying night time. Konzo is improving. He's improving by 0.135 as he heads through Stowe corner, turn number 15, and then towards the Vale chicane. Keeps it valid. Konzo, a consistent driver who is looking to improve on the 27.925 set by ERT Rick. Here we go. Around the final corner, it is Club through turn number 18. Konzo 27.6, and he's set a good lap there. What can Rick do? Rick also improving by 1/10 of a second. Bit of a wobble out of the final corner. Rick across the line. He's gone for 27.812. It's come up purple. It is not purple. Konzo's lap is 2/10 clear, and that is a good run by Nicholas Larkin. Has spun it at the final corner. Awfully unlucky for XL Larkin there. And the only man still on a time run is Gabri Miro, but he has been that lap somewhere along the line, and that is lobby 3 completed. Konzo setting the pace in this one. Has that confirmed him a spot in the pinnacle tier? Well, only time will tell, as we've one more lobby coming up here, folks, on the One Hub Racing qualifying night. And Rick just missing out in second, but a decent time for him too. Could ERT get another man in the pinnacle tier? Well, we'll have to wait and see once again, as Nick just saying that was a decent lap. You're 27.6.
Yes, I was pretty happy with it. I was pretty happy. I feel I could go maybe a couple tenths quicker. The lap I did pre-patch at 27.1 felt near perfect, to be honest. I did a 27.4, and I remember at the time thinking I don't think I could do much quicker, and then I'd managed to 27.1. But yeah. We will see what happens come tier announcements and who will be where, and it's gonna be an interesting one. But it looks like we're gonna have another full session, which is great. This is what I love about qualifying night, all these full sessions and lots of entertainment. So let me start inviting some drivers.
What happened, Josh, is the reason he was 4/10 down with the lap looked good. He went out on 30% wear soft compound tire. That's the unfortunate thing. Yeah, that's not what you want to do. But your full race,
check your tyres.
Your full results of lobby 3. It is Konzo on top with a 1:27.688, followed by ERT Rick in second, Speed Josh in third, and then Welshman Carwin Rob in fourth. We had 3 Britons in the top 4, but they're all running different flags. We have a Scotsman, an Englishman, and a Welshman, and it sounds like the start of a bad joke. XL Larkin in 5th, ahead of Lakitu in 6th, Lukey 7th, Schnitzel 8th, and then we scroll down quickly before Nick kills me. It's Alls in 10th, Del Gesu in 11th, Jordan 12th, Trunders 13th, Yavana Giggle Maiden in 14th, Cyanix in 15th, Gabri Mio 16th, Rimpy in 17th, Rageman 18th, G Infamous in 19th, and I just missed who was in 20th. But that is lobby 3 completed, folks. We'll get you straight into lobby number 4 now, as Nick has once again kindly sent me the invite.
Yeah, looking like another full lobby, and some returning drivers, some drivers who haven't set lap times yet. So, looking forward to seeing what these boys can do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the pace of those who have not set a lap time yet. If you're just joining us, folks, welcome to the One Hub Racing qualifying night. We are heading into lobby number 4 of this fantastic evening so far. We've had some great lap times. Current quickest time is by TF Legend in lobby number 2. He is the man who is setting the pace, and Lukey's here for a third bite of that cherry. He is in the Ferrari for this lobby. We'll get the drivers flying into the session now. As
I think Lukey's the sweat tonight.
yeah, Lukey,
He
you had
has to be in for the test. So,
Alright.
but he doesn't have to go out. He could sit in the garage. Let's.
Yeah, you're still a sweat,
Say
Lukey.
that.
You're the one going out on track. As I've had my TAS open, I have not used it, so I do apologise, Lukey. I'll use it this session. But of course, the TAS system updated for this season. Couldn't ask for much more from TAS. As we wait and see, we're flying in now, folks. Owen Wyatt's back for another run. Rick is back for another run. Rick, your lap was good. So is Rimpy, so is Schnicksel, so is Battle Angel, Fozzie Bear. Rich has not set a lap yet. Trunders has, Alds has, has. Yeah, so we've a lot of returning folk, but a couple of people who have not set lap times yet. So they'll be the ones interesting to see.
Just getting the last of these drivers into the session. Some of them haven't added me on PSN, so
Hopefully that
it's a bit of a nightmare.
Fatality hasn't set a lap yet, neither is Kieran. So there's two folks who we will see. Lap times of Cameroon and Okeke have both been in with us in lobby 1. So we're just waiting on two folks to join, and then we'll get going, folks, for the final lobby of the evening. If you are just joining us, make sure to give us a follow on the Twitch. We appreciate your support. Leave us a nice comment or tell us a fun fact, tell us a joke. Let us know. Just pop a comment on the stream. We can read it out here, as we are always interested to see the viewers' thoughts, the viewers' comments, and the viewers' opinions. Of course, there's the one-up engineware system in this season and in last season, which Jamie, who's joining us, does run. But the first time a turbo engine was used at the motorsport event was the British Grand Prix in 1977 by Jean-Pierre Jabouille. He was the first man to use a turbo engine. I don't even think he won the race, but he used one in the British Grand Prix. First ever time a turbo engine was there. Just saying, I can tell that there are a few sandbaggers and Legend asking, what's the quickest time of the night? Well, Legend, I'll have you know, the fastest time of the night was by you, my friend. It was the 27 flat you set in lobby 2 as we head into lobby 4. Someone's asking for Jess to call out the sandbaggers, so that's interesting.
I do that in private, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more than happy to read them out if you'd like to comment them, Jess. So.
Yeah, well, obviously when we get all these times added, we'll look at it, and obviously if we think drivers haven't done a proper lap, then we will adjust accordingly. So we don't. There's a lot of factors we do take in with the tier placements. So. Yeah, it's a busy weekend for the admin team, getting all the tiers correct, obviously for Sunday, and see if you guys doing their cover on Sunday itself. So
hey, you don't give yourselves much time, lads.
no,
Getting the season underway as quick as possible. Of course, you can check out that tier placement stream on Sunday. Just saying, isn't that mean? But the other admins should know who they are. Ooh, Nick and Jamie want to expose who the sandbaggers are.
I don't know. I've not really seen many jabs in this game. I don't know.
Colin or Mason, hello. Colin topped the first lobby, I believe. Said he's pleased to get a 27 and it was a great lap. Topped the first session, I believe. I've probably got that completely wrong, but Colin or Mason did show some great pace. Could we see Colin in the top tier? Bit of a one-hub fan favourite. He would be. I'd enjoy seeing Colin in the top tier. The Welsh Canadian says need to get a 28.9. Okay, I'd like to see the gold. Good to have ambition.
That's my former teammate Oz there. Good to see him racing. Obviously, yeah, we had a good time together as teammates. So he seems a bit quicker than me in this game. So yeah, it's good to see him making some progress.
Alright, we're just waiting for one more. Should hopefully be joining now. I need to hit the spectate.
We'll get one more in, and then we will run you through. We can run through it now while we're waiting, folks. Here is lobby number 4 entry list, and you'll recognise a lot of these names by now. And Lukey 00000 is in the Ferrari, followed by Fozzie Bear. Then we have Rich 500, ERT Rick. Owen Wyatt is back with us, not in an Aston Martin. Controversial. He's been in an Aston Martin every single time I've seen him play this game. And then it is Speed Josh, MFC Trunders, Alls Schnixel, What Say, Rimpy, ERT Kieran, the Monaco man himself, Okeke, Fatality, Rage Man, and then Kia, who not set a lap yet either, so good to see Kia in the Avatari. Then we've Cam Rules, Battle Angel, Tico 10 PSV. Who is that at all, Nick? Are we waiting on someone else?
Well, I think that's going to be it. Jamie, unless you want to take the final spot.
Could do.
Do you want it? I'll send it your way if you do. No one else seems to want it, so...
See if I can approve my lap.
Here we go, then, folks. We are being treated to Jamie,
let's get going.
Who's doing his qualifying night again. There's some chatting going on in the chat between Jess and Colin. Let's have a read, shall we? Jess did hers with everyone else and did a 29.9. Good lap. Good lap. As Jess has asked us, do we want her in the box? Nick, I'll let you answer that one.
We'll always want Jess in the box.
Yeah, that's our answer. That's our answer.
Let me. Well, Jamie's probably going to want to go and focus on his qualifying night. So, yeah, we'll.
Best of luck, Jamie. Of course, Jamie, who we've been speaking to for the last lobby, he's hopping back in the car. He's having another go at it. So, best of luck, Jamie, and we expect some 26.9s easily.
I don't think so. Fun fact here in this lobby, I'm in the Haas and All's in the Haas, and we were teammates at Haas in season 12, I believe. So, long time ago, but yeah. Anyway, I'll have a good evening, everybody, and I'll see if I can improve on my time, and yeah, hopefully I can. But yeah, good evening, everybody. Have a nice final session.
Alright,
so comms box to racetrack, or should I say racetrack to comms box?
Fair play to Jamie. That was a quick transition from him going from the comms box to driving.
All right, so one final showdown, and we got a Tico, fellow ERT driver. He's pretty rapid, so Speed Josh wants to go again. Owen wants to go again. Expect to see them near the top as well. Rimpere, I don't think he's done his best lap so far. Neither is Snixel, so expect them. And then you have Kieran, who's formerly known as Silly Sly Guy. So he is absolutely rapid. So I'd expect to see him.
And he'll be the first to tell you that as well. So Kieran, we expect to see almost near the top of the timing sheets. Jess, are you with us now?
Yes, I'm with you. Hello, everybody.
Hello, and you all recognise the voice. It's the one that doesn't need an introduction here in One Hub Racing. That's it's Jess Games joining us now. So welcome to the stream. And I feel like I'm having a meeting with the admins now at this point. I'm with Nick and Jess in the commentary box.
Hello, Jess. Good to see you. Or hear from you. Can't see you, but hear from you.
Yeah, I've been catching up with the sessions and some nice surprises, but a few people I was expecting to be up near the top are struggling tonight, it seems. So I know some of them are in this session now, so let's hope they can improve, shall they?
Yeah, we have a few people going out on track now. We have Okeke coming out on track. There's the McLaren of, I believe it's Rick. It is Rick. So Rick topped the last session, but feels he can improve even more. So he's going for a second run here in lobby number 4, head on track now. But of course, as me and Nick have said way too many times tonight, the fastest times will come at the end. And of course, the fastest times on the softs are only the ones that count, folks. So do keep an eye on them. But we may see some of the quicker guys go on the softs earlier in the session, so they can just relax in the garage maybe for the end. But Fatality, the only one fitting those soft compound tyres in for the time being.
Just what was your time? What did you do?
I did I did 3 sessions because I thought I was going to improve. But I think the first session I did a 30.1, the second session I did a 29.9, and then the third session I did a 30.0 or something like that. So 3 of my times were quite close, but the second session I was just a bit more comfortable, but obviously a lot slower than quite a lot of the guys. But yeah, I was pretty happy. I think with pre-patch I did a 29.6, I think. So obviously I'm a bit slower than the last patch, but there we go. I might do 1 session on Sunday like Nick, but I probably won't be quicker anyway. So I might just leave it. But you know, I could be better, but I'm expecting to be in the bottom tier anyway. So. We'll see what these other guys can do. See if they can try and beat my time.
Well, we're getting into the first laps now, and Fatality has gone out on the soft compound of tyres. Nobody's setting a time yet, but we are just getting started here in the lobby number 4. 26 minutes to go. Legend thanking Colin for saying his pace was good. I read that out before comprehending what it said, so I thought that was more important for Legend. But Legend currently the quickest man here in the one hub qualifying night, setting a 27 flat in lobby number 2. He was joined by a fellow TF man at the top of the timing, but the man who topped lobby number 3 is Rick on board through Cop's Corner as he heads through 7th gear, using up his ERS, looking to set an even better time than the last one. He wants the pinnacle tier. He is hunting for that.
I'm trying to watch the stream on Twitch at the same time, but cause I'm not sure we're in exactly the same place. But yeah, I've seen Rick. I actually commentated on a race where he was racing around Silverstone, in fact, and he actually did quite well. He was on a similar pace to the likes of Kieran, so I think I would expect the ERT guys to probably team up as teammates, and I think Rick will be one of those guys. I think will be challenging Kieran. I think he had a bit of a moment there as well on my screen, but I think he would want to improve. Obviously, 28.6 on the mediums. That's insane. The fastest I could do on the mediums, I think, is a 30.9 or something. So
it's very quick
mad, man.
on the mediums. Very quick.
That's an insane lap. But look at Kieran on the hard compound tyres at 28.8. That's an insane lap, beating those on a lot of those on the medium. That's going to beat some people on the softs, and I can tell you that now for nothing, as Olds goes to 5th, and then Speed Josh beats Kieran's lap with a 28.6.88, just narrowly down on ERT Rick's lap.
Yeah, good times already, I think, from some of the guys that were near the top tier as well. I think this was Josh. Josh was in the podium tier last season, and he's up in 2nd on the mediums now. I think he's going to get promoted this season. I think no question about it. But obviously, I didn't see his times from the other sessions, but I'll be sorting that out once when I do all my total tallying of all the times. But yeah, I don't think he's going to be near the bottom this season. I think he's going to be near one of the top tiers for sure. And I'm seeing who else is up there at the moment. I think there's a few people finishing it up. Fatality's on the softs already. He's confident. Well, to be fair, my first session I started on the softs, but I regretted that, and on my next 2 sessions I started on the mediums. But nice to get the confidence up there already from Fatality down in 14th. Well, he was 14th at the moment, and he's in 12th. Oh yeah, that's not a representative lap
I think
time
he's
at the
done
moment.
maybe two out laps because he's got lots of ERS left, and he looks like
Tyre
he's pushing
warm-up.
here. So
Tyre warm-up is a thing on this game which I found when I was driving for the first time since the update. And if you start to push on your out lap and then on your flying lap straight away, you get a huge shock, as I found out. So yeah, warm your tyres. Warm your tyres. Don't be surprised to see someone don't go for a push lap already on their first lap. And maybe they'll go for on their second run as well. But it doesn't help there's some traffic for some of these drivers, as I think we got Lukey in 5th as well on the mediums. That's nice to see as well. And I think we've got Rageman about to finish off his lap as well. I think
here comes Rageman entering into the Vale chicane. We've seen Rageman have a great of a session earlier, but he'll be looking to improve on that now. It was slow through there, and it's invalid unfortunately for Rageman. It's no good that time. He'll have to go again. He's in 15th, as we see a lot of invalidations. Tico as well invalidating for Alpine, and Kian not doing too bad, but no lap time on the board yet. And Fatality, he's had a spin there and he's in the wall. That is Assetto. We went on board with his front wing hitting the wall there, so not the best camera angle, but he has hit the wall through Stowe. And you know, Jess, maybe you're right saying putting the soft compound tyres on and for your first run is not the idea. It has not worked out, as Rick improves to a 28.5 on the mediums. That is insane for
I thought
Rick.
Kieran's and Josh's was rapid.
Ooh, that's a nice lap indeed for ERT Rick. And yeah, he means business, doesn't he? Because his soft lap wasn't even that much quicker than that. It was just in the 27
Have a look,
eighths.
so I've got a screenshot.
27 eighths, yeah, I believe it was. But
Yeah, 27.8 was it's 27.812.
it was behind Konzo as well. He didn't actually top the last session, I believe.
No, it was Konzo. Konzo set a 127.688. And Josh wasn't that far behind Rick either as well, like by a few tenths.
And Josh made a mistake. He went out on 30% old soft, so he has
he
more to
did.
show. He does have more to show, as my controller has just died, so I apologise for that, folks.
Season. He's not sandbagging this season, I can tell you that.
There we go. We got through 3 lobbies without issues. The controller was due to disconnect at some point, but thankfully I have a separate microphone, so you can still hear my lovely voice for the past 2 hours like you have been. But here we go then. We're looking on board with Jamie, who was with us in the commentary box, but he's opted to do the final lobby to try and improve his time, so we replaced him with Jess as he's heading down the Wellington Straight now, heading into Brooklands of turn number 6. Great corner for a battle. You can go around the outside, you can go down the inside, and then it tightens up a little bit into Luffield, but you want to short shift a little bit to get the exit, especially if your tyres are warm. You can chuck yourself off into the grass on the right hand side as he short shifts down towards Cop's Corner. And does the car stick through? It does. But just invalid on the exit. Such an easy thing to do. I think we all know how easy it is to invalidate at Cop's Corner, as Schnitzel improves to a 29.6 on a set of the medium compounded tyres, so decent running for Schnitzel.
Yeah, Schnitzel. Sorry, Nick.
and taking out the Pirelli sign is there, just on the pit exit. So that's the second time I've seen someone take that sign out. So. But you can sometimes get that little snap of oversteer through turn 1, and it will send you flying out wide. So yeah, pretty tight corner in terms of trying to carry as much speed as possible. As Kieran does a 27.9
on mediums.
On the mediums.
Oh my word, Kieran! Maybe he's now Mr. Silverstone. He likes to call himself
Is
Mr.
he
Monaco.
running assists?
I believe so. Yes.
Wow.
Well, Kieran,
I'm speechless.
you've just made 3 commentators go absolutely speechless. That is insane. Well, I think might be lucky to get into the prospect tier with that lap, Kieran. That's a 27.911 there for ERT Kieran on the mediums. The mediums, that's quicker than the majority of qualifying night softs lap.
That's quicker than mine by 2 seconds. I did a 29 on the softs. I feel quite embarrassed now. Thanks a lot, Kieran.
It's alright. I think a lot of people will be embarrassed by some of Kieran's laps. That's an insane lap time, and I can only...
He's going again as well. I think.
He's invalidated there, but... Battle Angel is gone down the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight just after the start-finish line. He's had a spin there. But, yeah, Kieran... Is he even going to beat that in the softs?
I don't know. He's not even. He's. I think he beat his soft run. Oh no! Wait, what did he set? I can't remember.
Josh.
No. It's
Josh is to the 28.2 on the mediums. That's another great lap time. The final lobby is producing.
Well, Josh was only a tenth slower than his soft one on the mediums.
Nick, have you turned on hacks in this lobby or something?
I mean,
Some
I've
insane
loaded up
times.
the same setting, but you're right. 17 minutes left, and these times are rapid.
As we see, Rick is going to go for a soft run, and this will be interesting to see what he can do. He was second quickest in lobby number 3. He's currently third quickest in lobby number 4, but his lap was on the mediums, and it was almost as quick as his soft run. Well, not quite. He's still a bit to go. ERT Kieran, on the other hand, could probably make the pinnacle tier on a medium lap. But, of course, due to one-hole regulation, he's going to have to go out on those set of soft compound tyres, and I am almost scared to see how quick this man is going to go on the soft compound tyres. Still, a lot of folks who have not set a lap time, that would be Kia, Tico, Rageman, Owen Wyatt surprisingly not getting a lap, and Rimpy, who unfortunately has struggled so far in the qualifying night. And here comes Rick. Let's take a look what the McLaren can do as Tico goes with a 28.3 on the mediums. So here we go then, the madness continues.
Oh my goodness! Like, can we just go in at the minus prospect here? Because I think that's where it's going to be at the moment, because they're all so quick. But I think with people going no assist this time, it pushes people to do better and produce better times, or maybe they just are a lot better than on this game than the last game. To be honest, maybe the new update has probably helped them a little bit as well. And I think we just saw Kaya do a lap time. Yeah, he's in 15th at the moment, 1:32.6. I believe that was on the softs. Yeah, that was on the softs.
I wonder what Legend's thinking if he's watching Kieran's lap time at the top.
He's in the chat. He'll probably want to go again on Sunday.
Here comes Rick. This he's improving by 0.6 of a second here. This could be... is it even going to be Kieran? Because 0.6 of a second would about just slot behind, and he's had a wobble through club corner, but here comes Rick. No, it hasn't. It hasn't beaten Kieran's medium lap. And Kieran, if his ego wasn't big enough, it's only just soared through the roof. As he's starting a soft lap, let's run on board with the Alfa Romeo. This should be exciting to see as he heads through Abbey of turn number 1. Is it going to be flat? Is there going to be a lift? A little bit of a lift, not much. As here he goes, braking for turn number 3, and now into the loop of 4 and 5. He needs to get the traction out of here. Oh, big slide there. But once again, the skill of this young man is proving, and I think he's backed out of that one there. Yeah, he's backed out of that one. Definitely backed out of it now, and he'll have another go. Because he'll want to improve by even more. Owen Wyatt is just behind him heading through Brooklands now, so we'll take a look at what Owen can do.
Yeah, hasn't set a lap time yet, but I think he even said in the chat that he feel like he can go quicker, so that's why he's here today, of course. And he's not just a racer, of course. He's also a very talented commentator as well. So good to see he's representing hashtag Team Comms, and he's also part of ERT as well, one of our partners who is sponsoring our trophies this season, and they're going to get Tough Awards. So big thank you to ERT. A few other ERT drivers in the lobby, obviously Kieran and Rick as well. Without ERT, and none of the prizes would exist at the moment, but we'll see Owen finish his lap, which I can't see if he's going to finish because my stream is slightly delayed, so I'll let you do this one.
He's gone through the Vale chicane and through Club Corner, and he's had a bit of a slide out at Club Corner. Oh, he's had a big slide out at Club Corner, and he's actually spun it and got ninth across the line. So I can only imagine where that lap would have put him if he had completed it, but he's now stuck on the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight. Kieran is having a second chance here down the Wellington straight.
He was down on his last. Actually, no, he wasn't.
No, he was. This was on his last attempt, I believe. He was 4.8 seconds down as he's had another wobble heading into Luffield, and that's a mistake from Kieran. Maybe he peaked a little bit too early here in this lobby because he needs to beat that 27.9, or else Mr. ERT Nick will be coming down with the disqualification hammer, as his best lap will not be on the soft compound tyres. He's burning the overtake as he enters Maggots. Of course, as we said, 40 gear changes on average a lap around this Silverstone circuit. It's one of the higher average speeds of about 108 mile an hour. They said on heading on average between 2019 and 2021 as he enters into Stowe Corner. 5th gear for ERT Kieran, which is one less than we've seen a lot of drivers. We've seen a lot of drivers use that 6th gear through Stowe Corner, but Kieran doing things different, clearly doing things right as he exits the Vale chicane and into Club, rounding the start-finish straight. It's a 27.5 for ERT Kieran. It's not quite Legends' fastest lap, but it's not a bad lap considering he almost half spun it heading through Luffield. Josh is 2.2 seconds down on his time, so he will not be improving on that unless he somehow finds a lot of time through the last sector, but it would be a surprise to me if he does. We'll have a look at Tico now in the Alpine. There's 11 minutes to go, and this is by far the most exciting lobby we've had so far here in qualifying night.
It always is, isn't it? Like I experienced it when we tried out the attend as many sessions as you want qualifying night last season, and I was commentating with Nick, and yeah, the last one I think just got even more exciting because I think it was the last chance for some people to do well, because obviously not many people would have wanted to do sessions at the weekend, so if they didn't deliver in this session, then that would really not set them very, very well in terms of obviously where they'll be placed, because I know some people want to be placed higher as well. I know some people that can go quicker once again, as Owen's just hit the bollard again in the pit lane. That's not the first time he has done that this session, hasn't he, Nick?
Yeah, and I just want to point out as well, this is the first time ever for qualifying night where we've had every session full, every lobby. So, yeah, last season I think we're missing 1 or 2 from a couple of them, so yeah, this is pretty exciting.
Josh said he can't get into the 127s. He's struggling a little bit there, but
well, when he says he can't get into them,
128 flat.
That's quite close for Josh, and he's actually beaten Rick. Look at Rick right behind him as well. This is going to be a close end to the session. We've 10 minutes exactly to go, and there is 0.03 separating second and third of Josh and ERT Rick, but the two ERT men have been the real ones we're talking about, especially Kieran at the top. But pop down to Lukey for a second in 5th. He's gone to 5th now with a 28.6, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's his fastest lap of the day so far. He can improve on it though. I think he is pushing, just so he's trying to find the time, he's trying to find where he can improve, as Trunders is improving. He's in 19th, he's got to improve as across the line he goes with a 29.6. It's a 5.814 second improvement to beat Schnitzel.
That's more like it.
That's better from Trunders. He's gone to 14th now, just behind Fatality, who has invalidated his lap time. Here comes Alds. He's going to start a lap. We'll stick with the Hassman for a little bit as he's heading into Abbey. And Abbey, not quite flat as what we're seeing from some of the drivers. When Jamie was speaking to us, he said he was struggling with it a bit and felt he could find a bit of time, but Alls has navigated it well, and now he heads through the loop and up towards... He's heading up towards, and I forgot the name of the corner, it's Brooklands, but I completely forgot it, and it looks like he took his eye off for a second as he decided to take a bit of grass in towards Brooklands. Through Luffield now, and past the grandstand, which is normally a standing ovation for Sir Lewis Hamilton, heading through Woodcut. And funnily enough, funny thing about Woodcut, it has actually had one of the largest crashes in motorsport history in 1973. It was Jody Scheckter who spun, and if you can think back to Roman Grosjean, I think it was Spain 2018, where he kind of spun in front of everyone. And Jody Scheckter took 11 cars with him that day. There was no fatalities, thankfully. But I can't imagine it was as glorious a day in Silverstone as it is on the game here. Sunny skies are out. As it's not typical British weather, so you can tell it's a video game.
Well, obviously all the sessions are set to clear, so we can see the pace, because it will be unfair if one session was set to... where I think everyone would have a go at Nick if that happened anyway. But I think we just see what it's like in the dry conditions as well. But I know there'll be some people that'll be a lot better in the wet, that will probably do a lot better in their tiers when it gets down to it as well. So I know there will be some races. I remember Precision one season had, I think, a lot of races where it was raining. I don't think there was hardly any that was dry, which I think they were a bit gutted about. I think when it dried, it was quite good, and I think there was one season in Prospect where it was hardly wet, so when we got wet races I was very delighted. So there we go. But we only got about 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go of qualifying then. Kieran is still out on top. Still, he's got to find 5 attempts to beat Legend's time, because I think it was a 1:27.0. No one's going to the 1:26s yet. Can Kieran or Josh do it? I know Josh said he can't, but he did one of his time on the medium, so surely he can get a 1:26 somehow. But Kieran's going through. I think Beckett's in Chapel now. He's invalidated.
Oh, yeah, he's invalidated there. We're having a look on the stream. He's pushing. He seems to be overdriving this Alfa Romeo just a little bit, and that can be a problem on this game. I've known from talking to a lot of drivers, they're saying that if you almost drive at 95%, you'll be better off than pushing for that full 100%, because if you overdrive the car, you will find yourself in a wall, as Rick is improving here. It's marginally, but it is a margin. Oh no, it's not marginally at all. He's at a flyer in the last sector, and it's another guy into the 27.5s that's beaten Rick's lap from lobby number 3, and he is now planting his place in the pinnacle tier. And if you say that 10 times too fast, you have yourself a tongue twister, as there is a lot of guys improving in the end of the session. Schnicksel goes 11th with a 29.1. He'll be looking to still improve on that. Fatality is just behind and looking to improve as well, as 5 minutes 31. Normally at this point in the rest of the lobbies, we found all the top guys in the session are in the pits, but a different approach here in the final lobby. And Jess, you're well experienced at One Hub at this moment. How do you think you can do in the season?
Well, I managed to get points in every single race last season, which I didn't think I would get. I think I finished in all races in the top 10. I think I'm struggling a bit more with this game since the new patch came out, so I think points
you and me
will be,
both.
I was fine with the handling before the new patch came out, and since the new patch came out,
I was flying before the new patch.
Yeah,
it was
and I was sliding everywhere. It feels like that it's medium traction on, but it's not. I got full traction, but it just feels like it's understeer central. So I think if I just aim for like top 12, maybe points consistently once again, I'm not going to aim for that high just yet, just so I can get used to the game. And
there we go, improvement by Kieran. It's not enough, but it's a 27.4, which is just another improvement. He'll be doing maybe a slow down lap and then go again. But yes, you got a podium finish last season. Can that be repeated?
Season before, that was
season before. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe. The podium was a bit of a shock. I know Colin was delighted in the chat, and I think everyone was in the management chat as well. I was quite shocked as well, but maybe not. But I did say I don't think I would get a top 5 a few seasons ago, and that will happen, but there we go. It will happen. I want to see a first-time podiums for quite a lot of the drivers, actually, that have been there for quite a while. There's a few I know that haven't got podiums yet that I want to see go and get a podium, because it's always nice to even share a bit of champagne, isn't it? So I would like to see some first, maybe some first wins from quite a few people as well that I haven't seen. I would like to see Jamie take a win again.
I want to see Jamie take a win as well.
Yeah, because he got a win in Japan, but that had to be the race that I missed.
It was great as well, because when I was commentating with him, he was absolutely buzzing after taking the win, because he was commentating half an hour after it. But I have your stats up beside me, because it actually happened. I was just sat there on my laptop. I didn't scroll to them. And you...
Oh, yeah.
You have 45 race... And Battle Angel, taking a spin there. But you have 45 race entries, and you've scored points in 23 of them, which makes me believe you've scored in over half of your race entries, which is it's a good stat to have. Not too bad. I'm going to have to overwrite my waffling. There are spinners everywhere here at the end of the session.
More spinners as the track gets, I think, more evolving.
There is pressure for the moments. There is 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in one hub qualifying night. Well, there will be more guys going on the Sunday, but that'll be a private session for those who could not make it. And then make sure to join Jess, who's with us now, on Sunday evening for the placement tier. But Josh is on an outlap and preparing to put that Mercedes with a good chance of making the higher tiers in one. He'll be not doing too bad a job of it, but if anyone can pull a lap in Silverstone, it's normally a certain Britain in a Mercedes. We've a different Britain in a Mercedes here, but hopefully he can do it, as Tico is heading through the loop, activates the DRS and shifting up to 8th gear, reaching just over 325 kilometers an hour, heading into Brooklands and heading into Lovefield. It's almost a spin for Tico, but he's just about caught it, and I have to say that was a fairly impressive save, but he has backed off that lap. Might have time to get one more in. He will have time to get one more in. He'll get back round, as we see Kieran, Rick and Josh on outlaps. Is this going to be a bit of a shootout for bragging rights? Who tops the final lobby in qualifying night? Here's Josh, his first attempt heading through Abbey, and does he keep it flat? A little bit of a lift. You can just hear it in the engine. The roaring revs that we've heard in previous years into turn number 3, almost non-existent as we head through turn 4 and 5.
Looks tidy so far.
Not too bad so far for Speed Josh. He has a 128 flat, and when we say flat, it is exactly flat so far. And anybody with OCD would absolutely not ruin that lap time. It is picture perfect, but Josh wants to improve and wants to get into the 27s. He is on course to do so far as he's heading up towards Copse Corner, passes his teammate Fozzie Bear for the session on the right hand side and heads through Copse Corner. It's not too bad for Josh so far. This is a tidy lap time as Rick is starting his lap now, heading through the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight and into turn number 1. There is an AlphaTauri, I believe it is, in front of Josh, not tucking in behind it to get some slipstream. There is ghosting on, so he does not have to worry about that car being on his outside, burning all his battery, all his overtake as he enters into Stowe Corner. Great corner for an overtake. We've seen many over the years, many this year in Formula 1 in 2022. Into the Vale chicane. Can Josh break into that 27s that he so wants to do? Rounding Club Corner, it's looking good. He's done it. Josh with a 27.7, cracking lap time at the death for Josh. He's one of the first men to cross the start-finish line. Rick isn't improving on his time. Kieran is improving by a tenth of a second. It wouldn't be enough to take the fastest lap in the session. It wouldn't be enough as it stands to take the second fastest lap in the session. And Kieran is around!
So I think Legend will be happy with that one.
The two TF AlphaTauris of Lobby 2 will be the two quickest, and Rick has invalidated his time. It'll be a 27.5 for Rick. Tico has invalidated as well, but let's see what Lukey can do. Heading through Stowe Corner under the DHL sponsorship. We've seen a lot of DHL sponsorship boards destroyed this evening for some reason, as Owen Wyatt has put himself into 4th, breaking into the 27s. Great lap for Owen. Here's Lukey. He has improved, and he's gone behind his stand-in teammate for tonight with a 28.230 for Luki. Okeke has backed off that lap, but what it say, we've seen he was the last man to improve in Lobby 1. He's got to be he's not going to be the last man to improve in Lobby 4, as unfortunately he hasn't validated, and Rage Man piles on into the pit lane. But that is it, folks. The lap times have been set. Now the placements can begin, apart from those who are doing it on Sunday, but for dramatic effect we won't talk about that, as Colin R. Mason saying nice one fella to Josh. That was a cracking lap by Josh in the end to break into the time, and just like the man who's joining us tonight, Nick, when he thought he couldn't improve, he found 3/10. There's Jamie saying he kept invalidating his laps, and that was what he was struggling with, he said, in his Lobby 2. But that's unfortunate, because Jamie does have pace, and we hope to see him winning races again in One Hub Racing. But good end to the session there. What's both your thoughts?
I absolutely loved that. Fantastic night. Lots of quick lap times, lots of spins, lots of mistakes. Seeing the pressure get to the drivers. This is what qualifying night's all about. Love it.
I always love qualifying night. It's. I think it gets people working to improve on their craft as well. And I know people want to go for high tier, so I think it just pushes them even more. And there's certain drivers that maybe not doing so well, and maybe what could have been for them. But yeah, the work is done for a lot of the drivers. All that's left to do is decide where these drivers are going to be placed. There may be some few surprises, I think. But I'll let you run through the results, Evan, before the time runs
I have
up.
7 seconds. Here we go. It is Kieran, Rick, Josh, Owen White, Lukey, Tico, Okeke, Battle Angel, What It Say, Rich, Olls, Camril, Schnicksel, Rageman, Fatality, and I didn't scroll down far enough. I did do it though, so don't worry. I am not being sacked just yet. The results are there. But that's it, folks. That's qualifying night, and thank you to all who stayed with us for the 2 hour and 35 minute duration of qualifying night. We can go relax now. Get a nice cup of tea and relax, and the placings will begin. Well, Nick can't because he's doing the placings, but that is it, folks. A interesting qualifying night as ever, and just as Nick said, there's guys pushing, so we will see a lot of different results over the course of the season. But before we round out here, just Nick, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it. Just want to thank all the drivers, all the admin team, yourself, Evan, for a marathon of a stream. But it's been good to commentate alongside of you, and I hope you're looking forward to some great racing this season.
Thank you, Evan, for commentating. I know how difficult it must have been after doing it last year with Nick, but sounds like you did a good job. And I do know where you're commentating this season. I'm not going to tell you yet. You have to wait as well.
Okay, well.
So, yeah, the placements have been decided for the commentators ages ago, so.
Jess is well ahead as the Welsh Canadians, and can't wait to see where I'm going to be placed. And you can find out where you're going to be placed on Sunday evening with Jess Games herself, the iconic voice of One Hub. But from myself, Evan Dalton, thank you very much for tuning into this qualifying night, and you can check out all One Hub stuff on the Discord server or on the Twitter, so make sure to check those both out. It is important that we see you next week for the Belgian pre-season races. Thank you all very much for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll catch you next time.